Okay. Hopefully it's good. All right. How is everybody doing? I see my little stick light over there. I'm not going to get it out. Oh, there. How is that's good. All right. How is everybody? Is everybody good? Are we good? Oh, there you are. I was like, oh my God. Hi, you guys. San Diego. Cool. I know. No, I'm not early. I'm late. It's 5:30. It's late. How is everybody? Oh, good. I'm sitting on it. Arlita, I know where you are in Arlita. Arlita, aka Pacoima. Arlita, it depends how old you are and where the street division was. I know this. I know this. Okay, Fresno, Clovis, Santa Monica, Louisiana, all of that. Sydney. We're going all over. Pennsylvania. Yeah. I am sweating. I am sweating. It's been hot. I'm pushing you guys back. Back. Yeah, it's been super hot. We're getting ready for the retrograde on the 17th. Or the full moon on the 17th retrograde. Wait, I have my ephemeris to check. I've been so absent. Hello from England. It's stupid hot now. I'm like, by September, it's going to be way too hot. It's too hot. Makes me cranky, and then I have to have extra hot coffee in the car because I always have to drink my coffee extra hot. I can't even have iced coffee. I can have, oh, we just passed the full moon. Okay, then retrograde's on the 17th. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore because I so don't look at the astrology of things for myself, but I'm going to look right now. Okay, so this is July, whatever it is. I'm not even sure what date we are in. So it is July 12th. And let me see when the retrograde is the 17th, 18th. It's actually, yeah, it's the 18th, 17th, 18th. Yeah, July 12th. It is the 12th. I'm so confused. I don't know. I still haven't recouped. Oh, there you go. Ontario, Canada. Yes, I know it. You're up northeast, wherever you were from there. Oshawa, I know where that is. I hate being Cancer. Yeah. Your birthday's on the 18th. How fun. I hope you're going to have cake. All I want is cake. I don't even care. Like, don't invite me for the dinner. Don't invite me for the party. But if you don't invite me for cake, I will fuck you up. Not you. This is people in my life. If they don't invite me to come have, oh, there you go. Yes, my sister used to live there. Yeah, if you don't invite me for cake, like I'm talking 10 minutes, call me. It's my birthday. Oh, cool. 44. Fantastic. I'm like, it's my birthday. Cool. Just come grab a piece of cake. Here, take a piece of cake. You know what? We don't really like you, but here's a piece of cake. That's all I want. I'm speaking to my family here. They know who they are. Cake hoarders. Cake hoarding people. Yeah, it's really funny. It's funny, right? It's almost Leo season. I was at the Lawrence Market in Toronto today. How funny. My Keith was a Sag. My son is a Cancer. One son is a Cancer. Yeah, John likes my tattoos. These are his boys. I have the picture over there. I have the exact picture. Like, he remembers the day we took this picture. This is at our house in Burbank, and we were moving. This is the exact day. It's a weird picture because they're standing against the wall after we've cleaned the whole house out. And we're moving up north, and this is the picture. So I think Keithy was 3 or 4, and Jason would have been 3 years older. And I love that picture. 2 little rascals sitting against the wall, getting ready to step into their home, their new life. Yeah, Jason turns 33 on Monday. I remember being pregnant with Chirpy. Yeah, I don't really take these off. I don't take necklaces off. I just keep adding. And I wish they'd make chokers so that I don't have to get a neck lift. Oh, yeah, it was a full moon on Thursday. There you go. Completely missed that. That makes sense, though, because I lost my mind on Friday, and the driving was atrocious. I was down on Melrose, and I was returning luggage to a store, and I was like... Me and John went down there, of course. He's my co-pilot for driving ridiculous errands. Anyway, I went down there and I was like, everything is so different. I'm like, remember we used to go on adventures down here? Like, I'm talking 40 years ago, 30 something years ago, 39 years ago. And I go, remember I used to work. Hi, Bobby. Oh, there's my friend. Bobby had her birthday on the 6th. Bobby's also a Cancer, and it was her birthday, and I'm too far away to get cake. But I'm sure when I see her, she'll give me cake, because that's all I'm in life for is cake and coffee. That's all I want. But anyway, we went down to Melrose, and it was crazy on Melrose. Like, the driving was crazy. A lot of the restaurants we used to go to were no longer there. Yes, it's your cake. You're in cake heaven. Tell Lucas I'm coming for his cake next. So yeah, it was just, it was interesting. And then yesterday, the glitches, the technical glitches that I encountered, even with sending product back and ordering stuff and technical stuff, I started going crazy in the car, like screaming at people, like fucking screaming at them. Like opening the window and saying, did you just fucking stop in front of me going 60 for no reason? You know, I was that person. John was like, calm down. I'm like, no. So anyway, it was pretty fun. We did have fun. We were driving around. So yeah, Jason will be 30. So many tech problems. Jason will be 33 on Monday. I remember going into labor with him. I remember having him. I remember his little chirpy face. Chirp, chirparoo, talking from day one. I remember his little La Boyer bath. We did all of that. It's like I had a midwife that was like a lesbian feminist. She was married and had 7 kids, but she was a lesbian feminist PhD Harvard graduate doctor who said, don't have your kids in the hospital. I named him Chirp because his first little, she had that attitude though. She fucking hated men. She was highly educated, and she didn't think that you had to have birth in a hospital. Yes, Larchmount, did you drive by there on Melrose and it was like all broken down? Happy birthday on the 18th. I went by Larchmount too, but I was up driving by it, not on it. But anyway, I don't have a mod. I don't. But yeah, I named Jason that because his first little picture, his little cone head. Yeah, I gave him a cone head because I had a natural birth. My midwife was exactly that. And so I did it. I did all of that. And I did jacuzzi. I did labor. It was 18 hours. I tried to escape, meaning I tried to run down. Crack yogurt, delicious. 17th, we have a bunch of Cancers. Oh, there we are. Leo. Yeah, Leo, the 29th is the 5th year death anniversary of Keith. It's not really an anniversary, except that he went back and all his pieces combined like this. So, and yeah, did you on the, I'm happy. Yeah, I do. I don't do anything doctor. People think I'm all doctored up. I don't take aspirin. I've had surgery where I only took Tylenol. I tell them, don't give me morphine. Like if I have to go under, don't give me morphine because I will be out of my body talking to people that aren't there, but they are there. And I don't need that kind of stress. I don't need that stress. And so I'm like, no morphine. I don't take anything. I don't do anything. I've done so is Jason. We've done our teeth without Novocaine. I've done that. Like, I'm like, you don't need to fucking pow me with an injection. Don't do it. No, I'm fine. Like, don't touch me with your medicine because I fly right out of my body. I can't even take kids' Tylenol. Who said this? Look at you. Stay on subject, please. How about you sign off? I'll never stay on subject. Now I'm going all over the place, you stupid person. Stay on subject. Hi, let me come on to your YouTube channel and tell you what to do, bitch, prick, whoever you are. Fuck off. Stay on topic. I don't have a topic. I don't have to have a topic. You don't pay my bills. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck. Stop telling me what to fucking do. You stupid fucking motherfuckers. Okay, prick ass bitch. I don't know if you're a dude or a girl. Either way, fuck you. Yeah, my microphone's here. I can do what I want when I want. You do not have to support me. I ain't asking for shit from you. That is why I ran away at 14. That is why I don't take anything from anybody. That is why I don't need alimony. That is why I don't need any of that. I don't need a man. I don't need you. I don't need shit. I work. I do the work. You do what you got to do, but I do what I do. Okay, so now that we've established that, it's like there is no topic on my live stream. That's the beauty of it. I mean, I know, right? They're feeling entitled on the channel. It's my channel. I do not have to do what you want me to do ever. Ever. You can't make me and I won't. That's it. I have the let's see. I have the opposite. Having morphine has zero reaction. I get more reaction from gummy bears. Oh my God, I can't take those either. All drugs fuck with me. I don't drink. I don't take drugs. I don't take hormones. I don't take anything. I just don't take anything because I just believe that America is I'll be 60. I don't take shit. I do bleach my hair if you want to come at me for that. I do drink coffee, but that's hardly like 90% of the population on their blood pressure, on their this, on their that. I don't do any of that. That's it. I just don't. And I don't have to. Yeah, I'm scared to take the hormones because I had such a bad time like with my periods and hormones. And I'm like, I thought about it, but I'm like, so I look a little bit better. I took birth control for 1 month. That's it. I was 14. I didn't like it. I gained 10 pounds. I was like, nope, not doing it. I'm not taking a medicine that will make me fat and therefore make me nuts while I'm a teenager just so I don't get pregnant, which could make you fat. So I had other ways of contending with that. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, 41 and pregnant. Oh, that's cute. Or it isn't, but I think it is. That's wonderful. Sugar makes me feel like my soul is being lifted. Yeah, sugar can really I try not to eat a lot of sugar, but I'm not going to lie. I will eat certain things at certain times. Wait, I was very worried when you talked about Pizzagate because they shot you off. Yeah, they can come kill me. Again, I'm not afraid to say anything. I've talked about Pizzagate for decades, okay? Decades, and decades. I've talked about it. And that's it, Dr. Jekyll, because I was like, yeah, well, it is. My period made me nuts. So do I really want to take hormones so that I can be attractive to men? No. I don't care if my vagina dries up. If that's what you want to say what you got to say. I'll just decorate it. It can be dried up and decorated. How's that? Anyway, that's what they say. Oh, yeah, I know. Exactly. They go, oh, you don't want your vagina to dry up. I don't want a man, therefore I don't care. How about that? How about that? I mean, it's all for men. Everything is for men. It's for men. You got to have a relationship for your man. I don't give a fuck. How's that man look at 60, 70, 80? How's he fucking look? How's he stand in the mirror? How's his dick look? Why don't we fucking talk about that? Why you got to talk about my vajayjay for? And all I want is cake. So there. And that's it. I'm like, no, I'm not married. I've been divorced. I divorced. The divorce was final in, it's either 2023 or 2024. It's one or the other. Yeah, you can put coconut oil on everything. But who wants to, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a different person. I never found the value in sex. It's fine to have kids. But I'm not a person that's like out searching. I was happy to be married because I didn't have to date, okay? For me, marriage was about like, I got a guy, I can have my kids, I can live my life. I don't have to worry about the guy. But it turns out that they're babies. Cry babies. Oh, I'm not getting enough attention from you. Oh, you don't do this enough. I don't want to. I don't fucking want to. So, see ya. I just don't know what to say. It's true. I may have looked one way. I may have been in the sex industry, but I had no interest in it. And it's just the way it is. Sorry, I'm not here. That's why I cut my hair off. Men hate short hair. So I'm like, this will be a repellent. Repellent. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to look ugly for myself, but I cut my hair pretty short. And I know they take too much time. Every time I'm around men, Costco cake is deadly. If I ate that whole thing, shit, I gained 20 pounds. All the men, yeah, they all turn your life. I can't make money when they're around because they want me to pay attention to them. And it's like, I'm not asking for you. I'm not one of those crying bitches like on my anniversary. I need you to be romantic. In fact, I laugh at it. So please don't. You know, John knows that. He gave me, when we got married, these beautiful poetry books, which I still have. And I still have the wrapping from the marriage paper gift. He did all of that. But I thought at the time, God, this is so lost on me, this romantic shit. Because I don't have an ounce of it in me. Virgo in the first house, I just don't have it in me. Don't have it in me. Don't care. Don't care. Don't have any Libra. Don't care. Means well-ish. Yeah, no, that was very sweet. It was lovely. He's very romantic, Mercury and Pisces. I don't have that in me. Ever. I'm not a romantic. Scorpio rising. He was a Scorpio rising too. Some people, I stay away like I have a restraining order. Yeah, they just get in your business and then they want you to pay attention to them and then their little sex drives. I don't give a fuck. I birthed the children. As far as I'm concerned, when you can do that, then come talk to me. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. I've got Venus in Cancer too, but I don't have a romantic. It's lost on me. Like, don't be sweet to me because I think that I can't stand you. I think I can't stand you. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way? Right. I'm a Pluto first house. So it's like, no, I really can't stand them. It's not my goal to have a man. I got visibly, physically upset when people ask me, are you going to date? I go off on them. Fuck no. I mean, no. Wait, oh, Bobby got some color paints. There you go. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, okay, Scorpio, but that's because you like their energy, Ashley, when you're a hopeless romantic. I don't need anybody's energy. Some people need partners, and it's probably where it's loaded in your chart. It's probably that. It's probably that. But, you know, I mean, when a guy's sweet, I'm like, ew. Get away. I don't want them to be mean or abusive. I just don't want mushy stuff said to me because it makes me hate you. It's true. Makes me crazy. I don't know. I can't. I have Uranus and Pluto in the first house. I just can't. Lilith in the fifth. Perhaps. I want to say it's 8th or 5th. I can't remember. I don't pay attention. I don't even look at I don't even like bad boys. I don't like any of them. I like them when they're in jail and I don't have to talk to them. That's my ideal marriage. Are you in jail? Do I visit you twice a year? Can I say I'm married so I don't have to date? Ideal for me. Literally ideal, okay? Once I have the kids, then I'm good. Yes, I've been celibate for 5 years. Exactly. Pluto in the first house. I'll never let a man touch me again. I know no one cares on here, but yeah. You like female then? No, I don't like anybody. I'm not a lesbian, don't like females, been married for 33 years. And you think because you get out of a marriage that all people want to have another relationship and have someone touch them and steal their energy and fucking corrupt their body? You got to be out of your mind. Absolutely the fuck not. You're in the matrix where you think partnerships matter. You die alone anyway. You die alone. You probably need somebody to pay your bills. That's why people say that. Oh, don't you want a man? No, I don't need anyone to pay my bills. You have self-hatred? I don't think so. I don't need anyone to pay my bills. Therefore, what do I need one around? They have to add to my life. And how are you going to add to my life? You're going to start talking to me and then expecting me to do with you. No, it's self-respect. Yeah, thank you. I guess if that's, I like cake. So perhaps if a man showed up with cake. But yeah, I'm just me. I don't believe in this. I can't even explain it. Energetically, I sleep better on my own. I just absolutely don't want to deal with their bullshit. That's it. And I've never met one that doesn't have bullshit. And why would men have to go date usually. They get divorced and they date again. I am literally staying single till I die. And I tell people that and they're like, no, you might change. I promise you, even if I feel like changing, I forcefully will not do it. because I made a commitment to myself never to allow myself into that position again. That's it. Never again. Yeah, I don't want to talk to them. I don't fucking want to talk to them. It's hard enough to be in business with men, and men literally in business want to fucking fuck with you in business. They want to tell you what you're doing and how to do this, and I don't fucking need your help. Bro, back off. This is the dialogue always in my head. But again, it could be due to my background. I can sleep peacefully. I don't have to cater to somebody because I'm of that generation, you know, and all of that. And yeah, I don't even know how I ended up married, to tell you the truth, except that it was karmic. Men have ulterior motives. Yes, they do. Everybody got fucking ulterior motives. Let's see, after my boyfriend died, I'm sorry, he died. Yeah, I get it. Let's see. I was married to divorce them both. I will not date. You can't pay me. These women, and I was talking to John and he's like, well, if I die, are you going to date? I looked at him. I said, no, you've ruined it. And then my friend goes, well, now you're giving him credit. I'm like, no, I'm just being me. I regret my ex. Oh, of course not your kids. Of course not your kids. Yeah, of course. I mean, having your kids, even if I were interested, I still wouldn't do it. I have discipline. So I'm going to operate off of discipline. Strictly discipline. I will eat alone. I will do everything alone. I will go everywhere by myself. I will meet new people, communicate for a very shallow time frame, and then go about my business again. 56 and I'm not interested. Yeah, I mean, when you get 60, what is it with these women? They're like, I think I'm going to go do this and date. And I'm like, ew. Like, you want somebody's leftover fucking husband? He's looking for a maid, trust me. He's looking for a maid. And he's going to tell you all about his ex-wife and what she did to him. This is what she did. Maybe you drank too much, you bitch. Maybe you did too much cocaine, you fucking asshole. Maybe you're the problem. I can't, sorry. I'm on a tangent. No, I don't think I'm a narcissist. I think I was married 33 years. I think I still pay bills over there and still take care and feed my family. I guess you can call it a narcissist if that's where you want to fucking go with it. But most people on here haven't been married that long. So I don't know. Older men always want younger. My marriage is proof. My husband, ex, will be 80 this year. So it's kind of proof, right? Yeah, they want a nurse or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if I am. I can't diagnose myself, but I don't think I am. I pretty much give everything away and am a really good doormat. So that's why I will never date again, too. Yeah, there you go. 34 years married there. There you go. There you go. I know. I might be. I mean, people say it. They can say what they want, but I've always taken care of everybody, so I doubt I'm a narcissist, and I didn't ask for anything in my divorce, so I doubt I'm a narcissist. I live off my own money and pay the back bills of the family members, so I doubt it, but go ahead, say what you want. Say what you want, I can't stop you. But yeah, let's see. Everyone labels, I know, it's all crap. It's all garbage. Yeah, I asked for peace. That's what I asked for. There were back taxes on the warehouse. I paid those. There was waste in the warehouse. Thank you for that. I paid that. None of that was my doing. I paid all of that. I redid it myself with my own money, not money I acquired from my divorce because I haven't acquired any. Okay? Got it. There you go. Divorce 40 years. Wow, long time. After 40 years or 40 years divorced 40 years ago. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I've done. You know, anything my kids need, I will help. My grandkids, I will help. John needs, I'll take care of. Because that's what you do. That's why I will never date again, because I'll never put myself in that position again. Yeah, 70, 80, younger. I know, right? Hi, I'm 80 years old. Let me date a 20-year-old. You know, why does society even respect that? Really? Yeah, no, I'm a lion. My kids always came first. Let's see. Not a narcissist, a woman who has self-love. Thank you. I have self-love now. Yeah. I wanted to always put a t-shirt on that said doormat because I was a really good doormat. You could pretty much punch me in the face and I would stay because I had kids. So when you look at people, people stay because they have kids, right? I'm lame as fuck, really. No, if you want to date, date. Doesn't matter if you want to. Um, I love being a grandma. I love my baby Meadow and my baby Rascal. Rascal was the greatest gift when she came, baby Lila. When she came, and I told her, I said, "Do you remember this?" And she's like, "No." I go, "You don't remember playing?" She had a little, what is it, like an easy bake oven? It was something like that when she was like 2. And she would cook in her little oven, however they did that, right? She would cook. Yes, I still take care of John. That is accurate. If he needs something, I take care of it. If he needs something replaced in the house, I take care of it. Yes. If he has to fix a car, I take care of it. Yes. Yes. Because I'm the man. Anyway, not the point. No, I'm not. But anyway, yeah, I told, yeah, easy bake oven. So Lila was over here. She's all 14. I'm like, "You remember your little oven?" And she's like, "I don't remember that." And I'm like, "Yeah, you made us cake in your oven and you got like real silverware and you put it down." And she's like, "I don't remember that." I'm like, "Well, you had it in the living room." She was so funny. She was so funny. And I love all cake. I might be. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not selfish at times. Definitely be selfish. I try not to be, and this chair is driving me crazy. I try not to be selfish, but I can be. Of course I can be. I can be a lot of things. Yeah, the thing with the light bulb, and she had that, but she would bring out little silverware from the kitchen. And I remember Ken and I sitting there, and then out come Lila, and she's like, "Here's the little silverware." So cute. Yes, yeah, thank you, Jordan. Yeah, it was so cute. So she didn't remember that. And I'm like, "Do you remember eating the churros when you were little?" She loved churros and she would eat, the churro would be like this big. And she was like 3. And I'm like, "You should cut that in half." And she'd be like eating the whole thing. And I'm like, "Your mom is going to kill me if she knows that I fed you this churro of adult size." And so it was pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, let's see. I love this I can't help it. I can't. They have easy bake pizza ovens. Of course, they have pizza ovens. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm happy now. I'm happy by myself. I can't be around. People drain me and they want me to do all their shit and they bring all their problems to me. And it's like, I can't really help you and take care of myself. But then I end up, if it's my children, I'm going to help, right? Were you a done mama? I don't know what that is. I don't know what a fun mama. Yeah, probably when I wasn't fighting with John. Um, wait, who are you talking about? Trust and believe she don't give a crap about you. Who are you talking about? Oh, the people. I don't know who we're talking about. Anyway, very fucking interesting. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say tonight. I don't even know what's going on. Oh yeah, no trauma dumping. Oh, I don't know that I'm trauma dumping. I'm just speaking. See, I don't know if you're talking to me, but in our society, we tell people how to construct their conversations and we tell them you can't talk. So let's see, I had a nervous breakdown and am healing myself. Do you have any advice? Absolutely, Mel. I've had many nervous breakdowns. Honest to God. I've had them so bad I've shaved my head and not showered for 3 months because the water hurt my skin. For real. Okay, so here's how I got over that. I put on my socks and my sandals because I wore them like that back then. And I walked 13 miles a day. I walked with kids on my back. I walked with kids at the babysitter, meaning my mother-in-law or husband at the time. I walked when the kids were in their little play groups. I walked and walked and walked. If you want to correct brain chemistry, the act of walking, you don't have to like run miles and miles and miles, but the act of movement and cardiovascular. Oh, on to me. Yeah, people, well, it's okay. We construct sentences. I was going to say that. So walk, Mel, walk. Just walk and make sure you eat properly. So I would start my days with 2 hard-boiled eggs because of the B12. And that's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I did. After Jimmy died and I had postpartum depression, I had both and both were undiagnosed. So I don't go to doctors. I mean, for a neck lift, I'll go to a doctor, but I usually don't go to doctors. But The postpartum was so bad, I was suicidal. The depression of Jimmy dying was so bad, I was crazy. And so I had a birth and a death the same time. So Keith's birth and Jimmy's death. And I had no help. And of course, John was going through his own thing, and it was terrible. I slept in my clothes. I tend to do that now. I've done it since I'm a child. I sleep in my clothes. I put my makeup on and I go to sleep. I slept on the floor to ground myself. I slept on the couch. And I just get up. I did it in Mexico too. I slept in my sweaty clothes. Why? Because I couldn't peel them off to peel them back on because of the humidity. So that's what I did. Whatever I needed to do to get up in the morning, I got up in the morning. And I had kids. So Keithy was little, 9 months, 10 months. He was just little, right? So he had to be fed. And I was awake, so I would do all of that stuff. I sleep in my clothes and makeup quite often and have done so. No, John's still alive. He's still alive. And no, I used to wear, like, I've slept in makeup for years. Just, I figure if I wash it at noon or I wash it at midnight, who the hell cares? And this way I'm just ready to go running in the morning. So that's what I did. Did you smell good the next morning? Probably not. I slept in my workout clothes. I'm serious. I would go running, come home, nap, and I'd sleep on the couch and the floor. I'd sleep by the front door so I wouldn't forget to, like, get up and get the kids. So I did all of that stuff. I don't know how Johnny is right now. I hear he's doing great. I'm waiting till next week to go until my complete snotty nose is gone because I don't want to infect him and I definitely don't want to get infected by them. Yeah, I slept everywhere. Lula's on the chair. She threw up this morning. I don't know why she threw up, but she did. This is tourmaline. This is just, my friend Susie made this, and I'm not sure what it is. It's just a mushroom necklace. Yeah, it was very hard. It took me 13 years to get out of that. So the first 13 years of Keith's life, I was racked, agoraphobic, panic-stricken, anxiety-ridden. I had to, at that time I took meds because I was suicidal and I had to work my way through that. I've talked about that ad nauseum. Don't ask don't ask for a reading, especially if you're in. Don't tell her to stay on topic. And don't say astrologist. Good for you, RN Explorer. Thank you so much. So I did all of that. I worked my way out of it. I had panic attacks every time I left the house. There were times I would bring my kids back home because I would drive somewhere to get them something and have to turn around and drive back home because I couldn't function. Many times John was called to the hospital in Burbank, St. Joe's, y'all know it. Me in my underwear and a t-shirt with two little kids on my hip. And they would call John and say, your wife's in here. Of course, they didn't want to take me to the psych ward because I had the babies. They probably didn't want to do that. And I was so panic stricken, I thought I was having a heart attack. And he would come to the hospital to get me. And I was so like triggered, I would be running up the street, really in a long t-shirt, basically. Okay, no other clothes on, and my kids. And so it took me a long time. And there was no, it's like schizophrenia, kind of. It's kind of like that. I had to do it myself, and I've done it myself. So it was an energy corruption from, it does sound bipolar, doesn't it? It could be, but I've never been diagnosed with it because it happened. I gave birth. I had postpartum depression, and my stepson died. So I had a baby, and then I was at a funeral. That 10 months. And my hormones weren't regulated. I never went to a doctor for my hormones, but that's, yes, manifesting, exactly. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But I had to figure it out. Yeah, no, I had just given birth and I had terrible postpartum. And then that happened. And yes, I took the clonazepam for that too. I had to wean myself off of that. That was fucking bizarre. So yeah, so it was something else. But you can fix your body by exercising. And I really mean that. You should focus on that. How do you get out? I had panic attacks on airplanes. I had panic attacks in restaurants. I wouldn't eat solid food for a good decade. I did not eat a food that you had to chew because I was like, they're poisoning me. Yeah, I was that person. So we just blended my food and went about my business. I went to all kinds of meetings and was on TV and all over the place, and I would not eat solid food. In fact, Jason remembers me eating baby food. He's like, my mom likes baby food. And then that was that. You never not feel good after a walk. Absolutely. Set myself on fire. Exactly. PTSD, no doubt. Yeah, no, definitely. I would say I don't believe that there's actual quote DSM 4, 5, whatever books out there. Mental disorders, I believe it's a spiritual disorder or an energetic frequency break that causes the physical response that we label as mental illness. So, I mean, yeah, a lot was going on. I wasn't reacting abnormally. I was reacting normally. There was nothing abnormal with what I was doing. You might think it's abnormal because I'm just supposed to process that. I'm just supposed to fucking deal with that, right? But it's not abnormal. Don't let anyone tell you you're mentally ill. They use it as a crutch in the government to prescribe you medicine that will fuck your head up more. Take it if you need it. I'm not saying that. But they give you the medicine so that they can label you, so they can put it on your, yes, a spiritual attack, absolutely. So they can put it on your record, so they can block you in life, so they can come back and take your kids, so they can come back and call you crazy, so your husband can divorce you and stop you from making money and getting custody. It's all a trap. So I'm out with it. You can't use it as blackmail against me. I don't care. Why do they even have I know, who the fuck are these people? Who are they with their fucking records? Fuck off if you don't live a life that's good. I mean, seriously. They come and they judge you, and it's like, how much do you drink a day? How much do you eat a day? The number one thing, I'm just going to say this. These government organizations with these social workers and people that are hundreds of pounds overweight, how much of your trauma are you eating, and how much are you not dealing with? And why on earth would you have the wherewithal, when you haven't fixed yourself, to be judging other people? I'm dead fucking serious. I don't care if it's a job. You're not qualified if you can't fix yourself. You are not qualified. Seriously, think about it. Yes, let's see. Demonic, yes. I know, right, Bobby? No, we know this. But I know I heard about the Harley Davidson thing. Baby boy was taken at gunpoint. Yeah, I know. One of my stupid people I know, she's like, look what ICE is doing. I'm like, that kid's black, that's not ICE, okay? It's not ICE. That's a kidnapping of some kind, but it's not ICE. But I'm always curious, like government social workers, I know, government, I'm serious. CPS, judges, government, how do you live your fucking life? Do you know your trauma? Because you're wearing it on your goddamn bodies. And you're looking at other people who deal with their trauma, but you're, I'm sorry, obese 9 out of 10 times. I'm just going to say it. What's your childhood trauma? Have you dealt? Oh, did they find him? Thank God. Did you deal with your trauma? You may not be drinking, you may not be shooting up, but did you fucking deal with your trauma? Because it's all the fuck over you. And so why would you think you're qualified to even ascertain the position of anybody else? Why would you think you have a right to do that when you can't get yourself in order? Are your teeth all missing, or are you fixing your teeth? It's the same thing. Why the fuck are you talking? Where did they find this kid? Are you still a theft of demon? Exactly. Thank you for that. Where did they find this little boy? No, I really want to know. The judges, they don't go and drink at lunch. They do all kinds of things. Comey's daughter is the judge in the Diddy trial. Well, isn't that fucking interesting? Yeah, they are evil. They're evil. You haven't dealt with your trauma. Do you want me to read psychically into what happened to you as a kid? And do you want me to fuck your life up? Oh, I can't even. Yeah, some are better at high. Obviously, Sun conjunct Pluto, that says it all. We obviously have trauma. There should be no organizations judging people on the trauma they've had at all, unless you come at it from a healed perspective. And I doubt 9 out of 10 of them do. Because first of all, they think their degree or their fucking little government job gives them the right to do what they want. They're some of the most fucked up people I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard such convoluted, fucked up shit. And I'm serious. Have you dealt with your childhood trauma? Can you fucking speak it? You're not sober if you're overweight either. And if you're using food as a medication, you know what I'm saying? I'm not picking on people. I'm saying it's no different than sticking a needle in your arm. In fact, food and heroin have the same response on the brain. Oh, stop fat shaming. Stop fucking shaming. Shut up. I'm going to say what I want. It's not fat shaming. You're using food as a drug. That needs to be acknowledged. I'm not going to listen to you tell me what I am when you show up physically ruining your body, I will not be listening to you. Okay? I will not. If you show up unshaven, if you show up, it's sugar is the drug. And everybody has diabetes in this country. What the hell is that? When did that happen? So when you show up like that, I'm not listening to you. Just like if I'm taking a workout class and you're not a workout person, why on God's earth would I listen to you? If I'm getting facial injections and you look like a Frankenstein, I'm not fucking going to get the injections from you. I'm not doing it. You need to show me why I should trust you. You need to have the credentials, and the government doesn't give out credentials. They put you through a fucking test and tell you you'll get a pension. That's what they do. And that's the truth. I'm not fat shaming. I'm fucking saying it's a trauma response. And if you're too stupid to understand it and you accept your unhealthiness, you're part of the reason the insurance puts my insurance up, because I live life properly, as in I don't do the drugs. I'm not shooting up. I'm not fucking drinking every day. I'm not eating pizza all night long. So I don't have to take money from the government for health insurance, but I get charged $800 a month if I buy health insurance, because I'm supposed to pay into people who don't bother to take care of themselves. That's all I'm saying. Not fair, really, is it? Yeah, my 600-pound life, my 1,000-pound life, why would that be a TV show? Why are you profiting off of the trauma of people? Oh, it's a troll that doesn't like your haircut, I guess. Yeah, well, good. I love it. It's a repellent and I love it. The more I repel, the happier I am. But no, it's true. It's a trauma response, just like drug addiction. So when they ask you, if you're sober, are you on drugs? The same should be done for them asking the question. You don't get to live a different life and expect me to live under a different standard because you're a government worker. That's not how it works. And I really think that way, and I don't care what anyone thinks. It's a shame mechanism. But overweightness, yeah, from childhood trauma. It also affects the brains like opiates, sugar does. Now I'm addicted to sugar. No, we all like sugar, okay? We all like heroin. We all like cocaine. We all like everything. Why wouldn't we? But it's the matter of how you utilize your body as a temple. Do people forget that? People will preach how you got to do this and preach how you got to do that and preach you got to do this. Your body is your temple. This is where God lives, in the reflection of how you take care of yourself. No one's perfect. We all fuck up a bit. Right? So it's like, who said this? Look at this. You're not skinny either. Well, 130 pounds, so whatever. But so yeah, I am. But anyway, it's not bone skinny, it's average weight. I love it. Let's troll you. I know I'm 130 pounds and 5'5", almost 6. So that's very average if we're believing the government. But yeah, I'm healthy as fuck. I got a heart rate that goes down super fucking low because I exercise. I'm just in the normal weight. I'm not underweight. I'm not, you need to lose weight. Okay. All right. Sure thing. Anyhow, like, shut up. My BMI is 21 and I'm almost 60. So if you could do it, you would. You're probably a pimply faced teenager, aren't you? Sitting in your mother's basement, jerking off. That's who you are, troll. Enjoy your evening. Okay, so I'm just laughing. I'm like, wow. Okay, but no, it's true. You don't teach your kids. What about the parents that feed their kids fast food? Do you think they should not be in trouble for that? Seriously. Parents that go through the drive-through, what are you doing to your kids' health? Because you're fucking your kids up. You don't know better than that? You don't know better than that. You don't. I don't know what to say. Thank you for that. Let's see, you weigh less than me and I'm 5'3" and I'm pear-shaped. It doesn't matter what shape you are. I'm kind of pear-shaped too. Most people are pear-shaped. They're smaller up top and they got it curvier down there. But let's see. And she could be feeding her kids obesity foods. I don't. I fed my kids organic, and I don't know who you're talking about, but I fed my kids organic. Yeah, I spent all my money on my kids' food. I cooked every night for them. I cooked roast beef. They ate meat. I didn't eat meat. I ate turkey at the time. I don't eat turkey anymore, but I cooked my kids like meatloaf with, I always had mashed potatoes. I hand carve them. Good for you, losing 69 pounds. Amazing. Yeah, I hand carved little potatoes and I made them potatoes. I very rarely fed them fast food. I really didn't. I didn't feed them bread. I threw their sandwiches meat in a bag. I didn't use bread. I didn't put bread on the table. I didn't do that. My kids ate right. Like Keith ate salmon and broccoli and cooked chicken for himself, made his own lunch and took it. Jason eats broccoli, potatoes, and meat. They were always gains, so they ate the proteins. I cooked chickens. I made homemade cranberry sauce. I did all of that. I did all of that stuff. So you can lose 15 pounds. That's easy. Just walk an extra 2 miles a day and then don't eat at a certain point. So I cooked every day for them. I cooked and cooked and cooked. I didn't cook bread for them. We didn't have rolls at dinner. We didn't order appetizers out. Very rarely did we order appetizers out. Skip a few meals. Yeah, you don't need 3 meals a day. So yeah, I made sure. I just made sure to feed them. I told them not to eat those school lunches, but they would go sneak them. But I did all of that. No, Johnny's still in the hospital. He's learning how to work again. He's got a long road back. He's been in there since February. I believe the feeding tube is out and he can swallow. That's what he said before Mexico. I'm waiting till I'm cleared up. Let's see, DHS says organic keeps children underweight. Yeah, I just told this story. So we were in, DHS and underweight because they got a bunch of countries where they allow people who don't know how to eat properly or eat only carbs, which gains them, and they're shorter and fatter, and they want to make that acceptable, and it's not acceptable. Intermittent fasting is great. No, let's see, what if she's talking, wait, who the fuck is she talking about? Is it Kris Jenner? That's just, why would I be talking about Kris Jenner? She's a fucking whatever she is. No, I wasn't talking about Kris Jenner. Who's she talking about on her own channel from her own living room? Oh, is it Kris Jenner? Because that's disrespectful. Is it Kris Jenner? Because, oh my God, she's a god. Yeah, we love her. Shut up. Oh my God, shut up. Yeah, anyway, I remember when my kids were little, right? I wasn't talking about Kris Jenner. When my kids were little, I took them to a doctor in Glendale. Their teenage doctor, whatever, the pediatrician, whoever, was in Glendale. And she told one of my sons, now keep in mind, my boy's 6'4", 6'3", and my stepson was 6'5", almost 6'4" and a bit. Okay, so 6'4" and a bit, 6'4", and 6'3". So I took my 2 little guys in, and she says, your son is 50 pounds underweight. I said, we're white, we're Norwegian, we're German, we're Irish, we're tall, lean, and lanky. What do you mean he's underweight? He's the perfect weight for himself. This is his natural weight. And they just couldn't handle it because the community in Glendale was as it was, okay? Shorter and fatter. Got it? Exactly. You starve your children. Yeah, okay. My kids were eating 5,000 and 6,000 calories because they were trying to gain weight at the gym and they were exercising and athletes. You know what I mean? So it's funny. Yeah, my boys are fantastic. They were fantastically built. People's heads turned when they walked down the street because they were that good looking, but they're not going to put a bunch of weight on them when it's unnatural. You don't want to bulk up. They got every kid in school on steroids because they're telling them they're not enough. They tell women we're not enough. Now they're doing the boys with steroids. It's terrible. I know there's so many jealous people. Thank you for saying that. You're jealous. Too bad you can't be me. Ugh. Anyway, you are your children's food. I don't know what that means. Oh God. But no, they got kids on steroids all over because they think and look what it does to your body. It fucks your hormones up. They got you doing that. Do you know I've met women that are still on birth control in their 40s? They don't even understand that the hormones can cause them to have a stroke in the birth control pill. It's absurd. I don't know. It has something to do. This is the iPhone I'm recording on. So, yeah, they want you. Yeah, mine were healthy boys. They had the same body build as their father and their older brother before them. So, John was super tall, lean, and lanky, and it was a beautiful build. I miss it. It's from the 70s build. That's the build. Keith was thicker and wider just by nature and really Nordic, and Jason is built exactly like John was, and it's a fabulous build. It's not fake. It's not ugly. It's not all fucking like that chicken with the steroids in it, right? And so it's so weird. I know with the trolls, they're just jealous, but yeah, they're just jealous. I don't know what to say. I tried the best though, and the food was important. So I would go every day. I didn't shop for like a month with groceries because I would make money and then I would go buy the groceries for dinner. So, and then you guys remember in Burbank, Rocky's Fish and Poultry, it's no longer there. Shout out to them. That was their snack after school: grilled chicken, rice, and steamed vegetables. And they could have that little snacky snack along with, whatever their other snacks were. Why is the sky blue? No fucking idea. Is it really blue, or is that part of the projection they push on us? I don't know. Yeah, I know. Right, Dolly? Let me spend all my time watching someone on YouTube I don't even like. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I love, let's see, is your friend Johnny? You are, LOL. Wait. Is John your friends who helps you a lot? Johnny is my friend. John is my husband. Ex-husband is John. And Johnny is my friend that helped me build the warehouse. Yeah. Johnny is still in the hospital at this point in time. Yeah, there's two Johns though. There's Johnny and John. So Johnny helped me build the warehouse, and I'm not predicting anything. I don't predict. I don't want to predict. I don't fucking care. I predict on my videos, which I have to start filming, but I literally have been sick since I got back from Mexico. No, John worked for himself, so I don't think he has a pension. We all work for ourselves. We didn't work for other people. We worked for ourselves. He might have savings, but yeah, we didn't work in any kind of pension job. We didn't do that. We worked for ourselves. We were all independently employed entrepreneurs always. Him and me. It's just like how we roll. Yes, I'm still working and I am as old as fuck. I'm proud of it. So there's human meat and fried chicken at the drive-thrus. Yeah, I don't go through the drive-thrus. Yeah, I don't do that. But yeah, my friend Johnny is great. He is still learning to walk and get better, and he's just doing everything he can do to get better. He sounded great when I talked to him. Lori talked to him while I was out of town because I was in, I would say it to your face. I would give you my address and tell your dumbass bitch ass self to come to my house. I'm not fucking scared of anybody. Don't care if you kill me. Don't care if I die. I ain't scared of shit. There's nothing you can do to me. You can do nothing to me. There's nothing you can do. You can't fucking get at me except from behind your keyboard. And if you find me in person, I promise you I'd bitch slap you. Like you would drop to the ground, I'd drop kick you. That's it. And if that didn't work, I mean, I'd find someone to do it. You know how it goes. It's how it goes. That's what it is. Sloan, video on animals, please. Sloan, video. Yeah, I just drop kick your ass. Like, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of anybody. Do it. Do what you got to do, and I'll do what I got to do. Do what you got to do, and I'll do what I got to do. That's it. That's it. Jimmy's my stepson. Yeah, Jimmy's my stepson, and that's it. Yeah, he's up there. That's Jimmy. That's Keithy. That's Keithy. That's me. That's Lenny Kravitz. That's Keithy, John, and Jason. Jimi Hendrix. Marilyn. Okay, now that we've done that. Oh my God. Yeah, Lou's on the couch. She ate a cricket last night. I was like sleeping and I saw her chasing something. So Johnny's 61. He's a Sag, so I think he'll be 62. Anyway, yeah, he's gonna be fine. He will. I know, I don't care. I got in a fight with somebody out on the street, cut me off, open your window, stare at me. I'm going to open my window and say, you got a problem? You got a problem. I know. John's like, you might get shot one day. I'm like, there, whatever. Yes, I'm still doing the warehouse. A gentleman named Uriel's doing the warehouse right now. We had to find somebody to take over because I have to get it going. I have to finish. We put in the windows. We've got 2 doors. I have to buy them. It takes a lot of focus, you know. How is he in the hospital? He seems fine. I'm going this week. I finally cleared up from my Mexico. I'm 61 and ready to back you up. Come on, Julie, let's go. Let's fuck these people up. I don't even know what's happening with, here's what I do know. I do know that our president said, and I think I might have heard this wrong, why y'all still talking about, you know, fucking Jeffrey Epstein? And I'm like, I do not look like Kris Jenner. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I look like my mother, you fucking idiots. Anyway, did our president really say, like, why are we mentioning Jeffrey Epstein? I don't know. Why do you think? No, they attack every time I do a live because they're jealous and they've been told to attack. They do that. They're like little bitches. They're like the little bitches in school, the little group of table that like this, and then one day they get the shit kicked out of them. Like they're walking down a road by themselves on their way home and someone pulls up in a car, 4 people get out and kick the shit out of them. That's who they're like. They're like the people that get the shit kicked out of them. Anyway, all of that aside, did our president say that? Did he say that? Why are we talking about Jeffrey Epstein? First of all, when did Epstein die? Let's find the year and let's find out who was president at that time, and let's find out why that wasn't released at that time. So when did Jeffrey Epstein die? I want to say it was 2016, right? Was it 2016? Did Epstein die? Okay, 2019. Pardon me. August 10th, 2019. Good memory, whoever said that. Yeah, no, I'm sure they got transferred him out. I know his consciousness was transferred out. I saw that. So his consciousness was transferred out, okay? I'm just going to say this to people. Never tell people they look like somebody because they may not find that person attractive. There's nothing attractive about Kris Jenner in my mind. So don't tell me I look like that. Just stop saying stupid shit to people. I look like myself. Get used to saying you look like yourself. We don't have to compare ourselves to a celebrity to be valid. I look like Sloan Bella and I look like my mother Walda. That's what she looked like. She looked like me. I look like her. So I look exactly like my birth mother. That's it and that's all. So I don't need to be compared to be a celebrity to be valid in my appearance. My appearance is my birth-born appearance. And nope, I've never touched my face. This is my face. You can tell. I put piercings in because my nose was getting a bit crooked. So I put some piercings in because I like how that does it. I don't do Botox. I haven't had a facelift yet. Walda died when she was 59. My birth name is Sloan. She named me Sloan before she gave me up on the day I was born. That is my birth name. I married John, whose last name is Bella. It's my real name, Sloan Bella. I did not make it up. It isn't made up. It is who I am. Her name was Walda. And that's who she is. Anyway, she died at 59. She came in from jogging and had a heart aneurysm, something, and died. Wonderful way to go. She was dead. She sat down and died. Fabulous. So there's that. But no, I'm saying she would be John's age. So she would be almost 80 now. When did Epstein die? 2019. When Epstein died, who was president? Was this guy president when Epstein died? Who was president? Okay, yeah, I think Trump was president. So Trump could have released the records then. Biden could have released the records. But see, Epstein is the Mossad. He's attached to governments all over the world. All governments are trafficking in human beings. They're all trafficking in human beings. So we know this. We know this. The orange orangutan. His hair's not orange anymore. His tan's not orange. Somebody got to him and said, stop with the orange face. But anyway, I don't know what happened to Taylor Swift, so I can't do anything about that. But my point, I care about Epstein more than I care about Taylor Swift because I care about the trafficking of children. And until people understand what's going on, it's going to continue to go on. Let's see what will happen with Cassie. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. It's interesting. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, your great grandmother's name was Bella. That's our last name. Yeah, not our first name. We're Austrian. John's Austrian. I am not, but his family's from Austria. So same place Arnold was from is where the name Bella came from on that side of the family. Yeah, I care what Epstein did. I mean, it's interesting that Kash Patel sits there and says, we have the whole video, but they don't. They don't. Prince Harry is dead. I didn't know that. I don't know that. I look like myself. They got you in the society saying you've got to be one of these fucked up celebrities. I don't. I look like myself. I don't have to compare myself to be valid. I don't need to do anything to be valid. I'm valid in my own power. That's what you guys don't think. You think you have to go admire a celebrity because that's validation. They're part of the puppet system. It's not validation. It's not. I am my mother's child, period. I don't have to fix my face with fucked up plastic surgery to be better. If I broke my nose, I'd fix it. If something happened to my face, I'd fix it. I will one day get a facelift for sure. I don't need to pump shit in my face, and I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to. I haven't been to Austria, no. I'm trying to get ready to go to Ireland so I can get drunk. I'm kidding, I don't drink. I want to go to Ireland. So that's my next thing that I want to do. Okay, look at this. How about you look like Joan Rivers? Okay, I have to say this again. Stop comparing to people to celebrities. I look nothing like Joan Rivers. This is my face. That woman mutilated her face with plastic surgery. Although I like the woman and what she stood for and what she did, Joan Rivers does not and never did look like me because she literally had plastic surgery. I haven't touched my face. She cannot look like me. You cannot copy what my face looks like because my face is from God. You can't. I don't look like anyone but myself. Understand that. Understand that. Understand it. Stop telling people that. You wish you look like me. You wish you look like me. I photograph fantastic because of my face. Don't be jealous. I'm going to say it. You may not like it, but I'm going to fucking say it, okay? Yeah, I don't look like anybody. My kids look like their mother and father. That's who they look like. Stop doing that to your families. It's really gross. You look like this or you look like that. That's supposed to validate you. No, I'm valid on my own. I'm valid on my own. It doesn't matter if I make money. It doesn't matter if I'm on here or I'm homeless. I'm still valid in God's eyes. Understand that. And the fact that you don't understand that and you have to compare people to celebrities, I bet your family hates you. Because who do you look like? Who do you look like? Curious. Who do you fucking look like? Who does your family say you look like? Somebody on their deathbed? Who? And you can't compare people that have natural faces to plastic surgery work on faces for whatever reason. I bet you look like Phyllis Diller. That's who you fucking look like. You look like Phyllis Diller? Do you? Darn tootin' you do. Go look her up. Enjoy looking at yourself in the magazine. Anyway, yeah. So let's see, Joan Rivers, hell no. I know there's no comparison because you can't compare a person who's altered their face with surgery to somebody who hasn't. Even if you think the person who hasn't altered their face is ugly, you can't compare it to a surgically structured face. Barbara Eden, thank you. I'll say that because of the eyes, but she too had plastic surgery. She fixed her nose real young. This is my face. I've never touched it. This is it. I've gone through this ad nauseum, so I don't know, what the hell. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, the fireman thing is weird. I did hear that. I did hear that. Wait, these trolling bastards need to be blocked. Yeah. You can't compare natural to plastic surgery, even if you find me ugly. That's your personal opinion. I can't stop you. I mean, I don't fucking care, but I can't stop you. Like, you can think what you want, but yeah, it's exhausting, right? Yeah, this is my face. Sorry, it is. I've earned everything about this. I'm not happy I'm on Earth. I find this a prison planet. I find myself to be a hostage here. What's it? Because you're your own person. What do you mean, what's wrong with looking like Phyllis Diller? Shut up. Nobody wants to look like Phyllis Diller, okay? God, be serious. You look like yourself. There's no comparison anybody to anything else, okay? You're your person. You're your person. You look like you. That's it. Your kids look like a combination of you and whoever the baby daddy is or baby mama is. That's who they look like. They're never going to look different. All the plastic fucking surgery in the world will not take your appearance away from looking like your family, unless you go like that. What's his name? I go round and round, dance you. What is that guy? Pete, whatever his name is. That guy. What was that guy's name? What was that guy's name? I turn you round and round. Do you remember who I'm? The singer, Pete something. Pete. Oh, what's his name? Come on, what's his name? Pete. He had weird plastic surgery. I don't even know what he looked like. Pete Burns. Yeah, Pete Burns. If you do that to yourself, no, not Pete Townsend. No, Pete Burns, the plastic surgery with Pete Burns. No, I don't look like Carol Burnett. She had a shit ton of plastic surgery too, but you guys got to get you're just going the short hair. You're like, she has short hair, so she has to look like Carol Burnett, as if that's a compliment. Not. She's fine, but she's had, yeah, Dead or Alive, from Dead or Alive, that guy. If you do that to your face, didn't he die from Look for Life? No, whatever he did to his face, though, that I might think you would alter your looks. But like, Joan Rivers could never escape her face, okay? Carol Burnett couldn't escape her face. That's how they look. I look how I look. I don't know. Yeah, you only made one of all of us. We're unique. They want you. They want you to ruin Pete Burns. He slipped off the whole cracker. Yeah, he was a bit odd. He was a bit odd. Like, he really went overboard. But that's what they want you to look like. They want your lips pumped up because they want you to look like you suck dick all day long. That's what they want. You're a blow-up doll. They want you with big fake boobs because they're going to disregard women. When you understand, when you get older, and you understand heart attack, maybe he did die of that. If you understand what they're doing to women, you wouldn't. Mickey Rourke, yeah. Well, he ruined his face, kind of. I think boxing, if I'm correct, but yeah, I'm sure Candace Owens is an actor. They're all actors. They don't control me. I die alone in my bed. Yes, they hated my... No, I mean, yes, I got called fat my whole childhood. I was 90 pounds. I was 102 pounds when I met John. I was 90 pounds. I was a little tiny, skinny kid. Skinny kid. Like, no boobies, no nothing. Mickey was depressed. Well, something. He was something. Yeah, I've got to sit down and film a video. I unfortunately, I had to record some charts last week, and my voice was so raspy from the cold, it made me feel bad that they had to listen to my little raspy voice. Yes, Mickey Rourke, yeah, she has. Yeah, I'm sure she has a YouTube channel. Yeah, no, Barbara Eden was attractive, but she still had plastic surgery on her face. I don't like to be compared to people who don't have a natural face. If you've had no plastic surgery, then go ahead and compare. But why are you comparing people, not you personally, but why are people comparing themselves to celebrities and people? Like, my kids compared themselves to what's popular, but most people are not going to be as tall as my kids. Because that's my kid's natural build is tall. Because John is still tall at almost 80, okay? Well over 6 feet at almost 80. So John still stands tall and lanky. That's the family gene pool. That's the family gene pool. That's the gene pool. That's why when you get married, maybe you look into what you're marrying. If your girlfriend has a bunch of plastic surgery, what the fuck do you think your kids are going to look like? Just asking. Right? My kids had my face because I never touched my face. Right? Right. Right. So your kids, right? That's what I'm saying. But why do we think it's okay? Why do we think it's okay to judge against celebrities? There is nothing in this conversation. My live streams are about nothing and nothing. That's it. Sorry. I'd like to say I'd love to say that there's a topic, but I do topics on my pre-film videos and not on my other ones. Yeah, so no, I don't look like that woman on the hair salon either. I don't know what you people want to say. Stop saying that people do that, right? Stop saying that. Stop saying it to people you look like someone else, because you take their individuality away and you pump up celebrity as if celebrity is relevant. It's not relevant. I don't know what's going to happen to Cassie. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen, right? I don't know. I haven't looked at a show about nothing. Yes, Seinfeld, a show about nothing. Oh God, that's funny. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had plastic. No, look, I love it. Look, I haven't had any plastic surgery. This is what I mean, you can seriously tell. I can see the age in my face. But if you're not, thank you for that. If you're not drinking and drugging for 40 years, why would I look like shit? I don't do anything. I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I'm not overeating. I exercise every day. I drink water, not a lot of water, enough water. All of that. And so that's what I do. Why would I look bad? Like, maybe you look bad because you're a fucking junkie in a bar, you bonehead. Do you ever think of that? What do you eat for dinner? I eat salmon and grilled vegetables. I eat halibut and grilled vegetables. What do you fucking eat? And don't tell me food's expensive. I spend most of my money on eating properly the way I want to. I have mango shakes. I do what I like, right? No, it's fine. These people just have to come on. They won't come back. They get bored because they think it's funny, but whatever. I haven't looked into any of these cases, okay? I haven't. You look like you eat pizza and ice cream, really? I know. I can't believe they put that shit in their face. I couldn't. I overeat. That's why well, if you overeat, you can correct that within a month. The overeat, it's not necessarily the overeating, it's the inflammation in the body that the food that you're choosing to eat. Wait. How do you cook your salmon? I grill it on the grill in the backyard. I always grilled all my food on a grill. I've always had a grill at my house, and I always grill in the backyard because I don't like the smell of food in the house. I don't like it permeating the curtains and stuff. It's bad enough to have a cat. I can't stand it. I would like a neck lift, yeah. See my neck. The sun doesn't hit here because I wear a cap, but it's all freckled around here. Yeah, it is what it is. We all age. What am I going to apologize to you for this and apologize that you think I look like somebody? Fryer. Oh, you wouldn't. Fryer. No, I grill it on a grill. You do the air fryer? You don't like the air fryer. I like my coffee. Yeah, absolutely. Grilling is dangerous. Why is it dangerous? I put it in a tin that I don't have to watch. That's what I do. I put it in a tin I don't have to wash, pardon me. And I put the vegetables in another tin, and I put the asparagus in one, and I put them all in the grill, and then I throw them all in the garbage. And that is what I do. And I eat like that. So there's that. Do you only eat salmon, blueberries, and popcorn? I eat salmon, mangoes, halibut, chicken salad, eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. So some people who get plastic surgery. You I haven't had plastic surgery. You can fucking tell I shaved my, you can fucking tell I haven't. And yes, you can tell people when you look at it up close. Everybody knows this is my face. Like, you can heckle me. You want to know why women have eating disorders? Because of you people out there. You people out there critiquing their appearance. What gives you the right to critique? You better go back to your mirror and make sure you look fucking perfect before you open your mouth. Perfect. You better, yeah. It's Coca Light. I like in Mexico. I like the Coca Light. right? You better make sure you look perfect before you ever critique another person's. I'm a woman, just saying the truth. You can say the truth, but you can tell I have had no surgery. You can see. I shave my hair. Most women have long hair because they want to hide their face, or they think men like long hair. My hair, nothing on my face. And you can tell I haven't had surgery. You can fucking tell. You can tell in person. You can tell. I mean, don't be ridiculous. Yeah, no, I only critique people who I'm compared to. I don't want to be compared to them. So if you're going to open the conversation like that, I'm going to fucking comment on it, right? 53 with eating issues. Yeah, we all have eating issues. Air fryer, put metal in the food. I use a glass air fryer, but I use the grill outside because I don't like, I have short hair too. Yeah, I do short hair because this is my face. I'm not trying to hide my fucking face. Hold on, you're live on YouTube. This comes with the territory. Really? Reading York guy? It does. It comes with the territory. People being cunts, does it? Are you a cunt? I mean, what are you talking about? No, it shouldn't come with the territory because you're live on YouTube. That shouldn't. Who do you go and heckle? What's your problem that you heckle? What is your fucking problem? What is your problem? What is your problem? I use a glass air fryer. Yeah, if I'm going to use a glass air fryer, but I prefer to cook outside because I don't like my house to smell like the food hours later. It kind of bugs me. I don't like it. Yes, I would consider that. Absolutely. Ali Carter, you said. Yeah. So if you think you can cut your hair off, cut your fucking hair off. A lot of people don't like to cut their hair off because they have nothing to hide behind. I don't need to hide. This is who I am. Love sweet potatoes. Love sweet potatoes. Love sweet potatoes. Yeah, totally. I'm 53, so I'm cutting and coloring my hair. Long hair is just too much anymore. Yeah, when I had long hair, I just put it up in a spoolie, wet, didn't even dry it, and never wore makeup because I'm like, I have long hair, I don't need to put on makeup. Short hair, I had to present myself differently. Wow, blocking people all over today. Yeah, it's terrible. Let's see. I've had short hair. So cute. Yeah, well, Diddy, the glass air fryer doesn't have the metal fragments in it, so it's not poisoning you. You know, keep in mind, everything they put on the market and FDA approved is designed to harm you. So a glass air fryer is just glass. It's just that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Let's see. Slay, skip it if you can. LA is a sewer. Yeah, LA is a sewer. It's a garbage. The people that are the trolls here, this is what LA is like. It's like a garbage troll that fucks with your head. Muskoka, I remember I spent lots of summers in Muskoka with my friend Janie and her family. Yeah. No, these are, let's see. Oh my God, I freed myself and cut my hair. Yeah, cutting your hair, actually, you end up spending more at the hairdresser because I like mine at this at a certain level. Crabs in a basket, right? LA is disgusting. We are so fucking disgusting here. It is so, let's see, I'm sorry, but can you please talk about psychic stuff? No, not tonight. No, I don't have to talk about psychic stuff. Sorry. I'm sorry you got the impression that that's all I am is a repetitive puppet of what I do for a living, that I'm not a person, that I can't talk about shit. Because yes, LA, well, no, LA is the same as New York, a garbage dump. They're both garbage dumps. You know, they're garbage dumps. Yeah, it's... I know, it's fucking Jesus Christ. Like, shut the flying fuck up, you bunch of bitches. It's going to be Mercury retrograde. Can you please talk about being psychic? Isn't there another channel on here? You can go to that. Oh my God, this is what I want. Your hike photos. Thank you. The hiking is the best thing ever. The hiking is beautiful. The city is crap. The government is crap. They don't care about Epstein because God forbid your kids get trafficked because they get trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I was going to say. Some fucking idiot emails me. Okay. This is my makeup's not flawless. This is Tarte and Too Faced. That's it. It's out of Ulta. I don't do anything special. I spray my face with rose oil, put some kind of fucking whatever I got in there on, and usually sleep with my makeup on, put some more on in the morning, go out, then shower and take it off. Okay. So somebody emails me and they're like, look at this. You know what? Please get off my channel. I'm not here to entertain you. That's where you're wrong. Scream plastic. Oh, I like Sloan when she was more entertaining. You know what? I'm not here to entertain you. Never once did I say that I was here to entertain you. Understand the fuck out of that, okay? You don't control me in any way, shape, or form. I don't have to do this. I don't care to do it. I do it when I want to do it. Take it or leave it. Or go fuck yourself. So anyway, somebody wrote an email and they go, you can't, it was on my John Candy thing. You can't, wait, what did they say? You can't channel if it's for entertainment. Okay. First off the bat, I have never said my work is entertainment. So I know a lot of psychics think they're super smart when they say for entertainment purposes only. I don't say that. That goes against God because I believe that I'm doing work that I'm here to do. Do you understand? Like, yeah, you don't go in the bathroom in LA, go in a parking lot. Sorry. And Bobby told me to get a toilet thing. So I have a toilet thing in my car. I don't ever put on my website for entertainment purposes only because when I'm doing my work, it's been my life's work. I just didn't pop up on YouTube and decide to like do this to do anything. I've done this my entire life, over 40 years, okay, professionally. Over 40 years, I have done this. I have this ability. It's not for entertainment. This happens to be the way that I film it, and I still don't say it's for entertainment. I've been sued once. I used to be able to say, yeah, I have a car toilet and I've peed in Starbucks cups, if you must know. But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So when they say you can't, no, you know what? This YouTube channel may pay, and it's how I earn my living. Do you get paid for your work? This is my work. When you work 7 days a week, not this is not my work, but I'm talking when I'm reading people and I've had a career. Why would I not charge for it? Are you trying to shame me because the currency of this planet is money? Oh, but you get paid. Okay, so it's a job. It's a fucking job, right? Okay, whatever. It's a job, correct? So I'm so glad they found that little boy. I'm so glad they found that little boy. It's a job. So are you saying that a surgeon doesn't deserve to get paid when he's helping somebody do something, right? Are you saying that? Are you saying a surgeon shouldn't get paid? Why would I give of my energy randomly, right? Why would I do that? So I deserve to get paid just like you deserve to get paid. Period. That's the currency of this planet. There is no vow of poverty just because you're in a spiritual business. Okay. There's no vow of poverty. That's made up by the Catholic Church, who takes all the money from the people in the wherever the fuck they sit in the church and takes them and then doesn't pay their priests. That's a them problem. I'm going to charge for my private clients because I'm doing the work. I work every day. There is no one else running my business but me. That's fine. This is not, when I'm doing a reading that I put up on here, I never put it's for entertainment purposes only because I don't believe it's entertainment. Entertainment is fictitious. It's concocted. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm also not trying to cover myself from being sued legally. I have been sued. I won. That's it. I don't know what you're talking about with Brittany Murphy, you freak. So yeah, the church has all the gold, right? So when you're looking at someone's work, because I'm psychic and because I'm an astrologer, doesn't mean I don't have a right to charge for my time. If you want something, you go to a hairdresser, they charge for their time. If you want a surgery, you go get it, or the doctor gets paid by your insurance company. Either way, okay? Either way. I've never said it's for entertainment purposes. So you got it wrong when you say that to the person, okay? You got it wrong. It's not a script. I'm not making it up. I'm getting what I get. Take it or leave it. I can be wrong. I'm not perfect. It's not a perfect science. The other thing that I would address with this, okay? The other thing I would address with this is when people say you can't talk to the dead. I'm going to say this again. The dead are people who've stepped away from God. Okay? The dead are people who've stepped away from God. when I talk to my son, whenever he comes through, which isn't often where I can feel it, but when it does happen, or my stepson, when my stepson came, I did a live video. I was on here yakking, and I said, my stepson's here. I wonder who he's coming to get. And he came to get his brother. I said that public. I said it out loud, and it fucking happened. Okay. I knew he was coming to get someone in the family, because your family members don't fucking show up. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever you say. Again, a you problem. Anyhow, okay, don't flatter yourself. Don't flatter yourself. Anyhow, it happened public. That's not entertainment. That was factual. And so when you read a loved one's energy, when they have crossed over, they are not dead. Their energy still lives. So you're not reading the dead. They call it the dead on earth when it's really transition, in order to literally, okay, in order to literally block you from understanding where your soul goes, so that you give them money to the tune of thousands. I think when we buried Jimmy, it was almost $12,000 for the plot, right? $12,000. And then on top of it, for bones in the ground, when his soul is obviously outside of the physical. That is not death. They program us incorrectly about death. Period. It is to step away from God. Period. Now, too bad I'm not doing on here. Too bad I'm not showing you this. Go look up the quarters, the mint, you know, the quarters, right? It's transition. Now, we say my son died. I said that too. Okay, I said it. Sorry, my mouth. I do this every night. I'm like, I am still so stuffed up from Mexico. It's weird. So we say that they died. I said it. When I announced my son died, I said he died. But it is his birthday on the other side, on the 29th. It is his transition date. When they tell you your loved one dies, that puts you into panic, as in you have to go to the graveyard to visit a coffin in a 6-foot plot with a bag of bones in it, which is your loved one's bones. And that's that they just want your money. Your loved one isn't there. When you've been dead 200 years, where's your loved one going? Where's that graveyard going? Where are all the dead people going? Yeah, there you go, right? There you go. Yes, they transition energetically. They can show you a physical form. I pick more up on the energy of hearing the wording, but I always know it's Jimmy when he comes, and he came to get his brother Keith. And I know that. I said, who's he coming? Oh, God. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That's just horrific. I don't know if I know you, but I think I do. And people say all the time, you know, you're a long time dead. You're not dead. Your physicality, this is past. This is dead because it no longer exists in this dimension. They trick and they lie. The most shocking thing I ever did was when I went to look at a plot. My mother-in-law came to me and she wanted me to put her in a plot, right? I'm a doctor and Sloan is drinking. Yeah, good luck on that. Sloan doesn't drink. You know why? Because she's cool. Sloan never drinks. Sloan hasn't drank in over 40 years. Sloan drank as a teenager and stopped drinking. Yeah, she don't drink. Something you'll never catch me doing. It's good too. I can fuck with more people that way. Anyway, when you talk to these people, they don't even know, the people working at the funeral home don't even understand what they're doing. They really think their loved one is in the ground there, right? They really think their loved one's in the ground. So the quarters, I want you to go look up the quarters. You know what they've done in the American Mint? So the mint, where the money comes from, right? No, I have no soda. I don't drink soda every day. I do like Coca Light in Mexico, but it's a cleaner soda. Thank you. I am sober. Yep, that's right. No readings, just blah, blah, blah. Jealous much? Jealous that I can still have a channel and I don't have to do readings? Does that make you mad because your own fucking dog doesn't listen to you? Your dog's sitting at home like this going, oh my God, not you. Anyway, the quarters at the American Mint, right? The quarters that you have. Okay, it's Washington on that. I don't even know who's on it. Whoever's on it. So the president that's on it, used to be looking at the quarter. John just showed me this. He sent them, but they're on the phone here. John showed me the quarters, and the president's face used to be facing "In God We Trust." Now the president's back of his neck is to the wording "In God We Trust." So they have taken the face facing man facing "In God We Trust," and they have done this and shifted it, which means they had to change the whole creative process, right? Of course you look like your mother. So they've moved the face. So the face is not looking at "God We Trust." That is to step away from God. That is to die, is to step away from God. So when you understand that, then you know your loved ones, I know they flipped them, right? Right? Right. So you know when they're doing that, that's another agenda. The dog hates that guy. Satan's little season. Exactly. Bingo. That's why John came and showed me that. He sent me this and he came up and he's like, "Oh my God, what you're saying is correct." Yes. No, it started this year, I think. I'm not really sure because we just noticed it. He just told me like a couple of weeks ago. I hate this planet too. It's a prison planet. And people are mean. Like, yeah, break your generational cycle. I know I'm a good person. Thank you for recognizing it. People are jealous. It's a really bad thing. It's bad that you're jealous. Like, there's no need to be jealous and there's no need to do that. You know, it's just whatever. So when your loved one dies, they aren't dead. They have transitioned, and therefore you can pick up on their energy. Channeling energy around any kind of circumstance is an ability, and it is not an entertainment. And for people to do that for their own self-preservation in some kind of fake universe, like I'm not going to get sued if I put for entertainment purposes only, you can still get sued. It depends what you said. You could still get sued. So it's not going to stop anybody from getting sued. And you also have to understand that people can do everything and anything that they want, and you can still get sued. In America, we get sued, right? I try to be loving. I help my family first. I help my friends. I carry Keith's tradition of helping people. You know, Keith used to give money and clothes and food to people behind the scenes. I try to do what he does. I try to support all of Keith's friends. I support Jason, Kenna, Lila, and Meadow, everybody. And by support, I mean I'm there for them, whatever they need. I support Kitties. I support Paigey. I'm there for whatever she needs. I'm there for what anybody needs. You know what I'm saying? So that is my life, and that's what I choose to do with it. I choose to help people as I see them. I choose to help anybody. People at Starbucks, the people in the restaurant. I don't go out of my way to say shitty things to people that I don't know, especially that I don't know. I literally don't do stuff like that. It's not in my nature. That's just not something I'm going to do. And it's a shame that our society is raising children whose parents are on here writing ridiculous shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, those people probably have kids and their kids are being raised by those people. Can you imagine what they say to their own kids? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because I can't. I feel like my brain's stuck. It costs you nothing to be kind and nothing to be clean. Costs you nothing. And even if you want to say something shitty, why do you want to say something shitty? Like, I don't even know that they're QAnon parents. I can't label them. The government puts those words out there. The government puts those words out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, but for psychics that put for entertainment purposes only, they do a discredit, because either you believe in your work or it's entertainment. So is it a scripted movie or is it really what you do? If it's a scripted movie, why don't you stand behind your work? I mean, if it's not a scripted movie, if it is a scripted movie, then you're making a creation. It's a creative effort. If it's your work and you really feel that energy, then stand behind it. What's the problem? I don't get it. Manners are free too, right? 2022. Thank you. John and I just noticed it right now. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see. Keep posting pool bears and mountain bears, the important things. I miss my bears in Santa Clarita. Estelle, I live in a neighborhood where there are both peacocks and bears. So seeing the peacocks and bears is funny because that's our neighborhood. We have both of those animals there. It's a very interesting neighborhood, all of them. I'm a reader and I'd never, yes, thank you. Let's see. Aria Light, hopefully I said that right. Aria Light. Yeah, she has it right. She's a reader and she would never say for entertainment purposes only because that's like opening a restaurant and saying it's for entertainment purposes only so you don't get sued because you made shitty French fries. What the hell? It's wrong. It's wrong. You can say I do entertaining things and I am entertainment for you because you're watching me, but I'm not doing it for entertainment. It sounds like Arcadia. Yep. Sierra Madre, Arcadia. Yeah, she's doing good. Every 11 exactly. Yeah, Libra Lori is the best. Wait, where's Lori? Okay, you guys, I shouldn't even say this. When I get my podcast going, I'm going to interview Lori. Entertainment is not for real or true. Correct. Yes, is demonetizing. Wait, YouTube is demonetizing AI? I don't know what that said. Did that say I or all? AI. I don't have AI. This is me. Did you say, is that meant to say you demonetizing AI? Well, they should demonetize it. These fucking people come out here and they do whatever. So Libra Lori, I'm going to say this, Lori, if you're on here, don't yell at me. It's her story to tell. But I'm going to have Libra Lori on here because she knew Randy Rhoads and was besties with him. So I'm going to have her tell you all about that when I get my podcast going. That's what I'm going to do because you need to hear her stories. Some of the stories she said to me today blew my mind. Not about Randy, about other people, but I'm not going to speak them because they're not my stories. On the positive side of things, I'm not even going to say that. We had a great conversation. Yes, she was there for Quiet Riot and Randy Rhoads. He sang at her high school. I'll let her tell you all of her anecdotes when I do my podcast. She is going to be one of my beautiful guests because you really want to hear that because she's literally in history with that. Amazing. And how we met, as I always tell this story, which probably no one cares, but anyway, Lori was there and she was with, I think Lori was with Odie. That was her sweet little dog. And she was at the hairdresser I was at, right? Bunny, of course, Bunny as well. Libra Lori, absolutely. A lot of people. Anyway, so we were in the hairdresser and I said to Jana Banana, I said, who's the girl with, I'm sorry, Pamela Anderson wannabe. Yeah, okay. We both happen to be Canadian. That's about the extent of it. And blonde. Neither one of us is like overly bleached blonde naturally. But anyway, so Lori was there. She was with her dog. She's getting her hair done. And I'm like, who's that? So she's like, oh, you'd really like her. She's in the same like music scenes. She was friends with Randy. This obviously had passed at this time when I met her. And I was friends with Barb and Zach. And so that's how he was 24, like Keith. And Jana grew up. Now listen to this. I'm talking to the hairdresser that was Randy's neighbor growing up. And they even swapped pants. I heard that story from Jana. Lori was his friend. And I think he was at her high school graduation. If I'm correct, she'll correct you on this. That's all I'm telling the story. Anyway, I met Lori. I was friends with Zach, well, Barb and Zach, and she was friends with Randy, and she knew Zach. So we're in the same circle. Weird. And we met back then, and then we met at Starbucks, and we went all over. Randy's amazing. It was really good. His sister and her husband, the last thing I was at, which I want to say was 2018, 2019, backstage. So Randy's sister was there. She's in Burbank. Y'all know that. Her in Burbank. Jana grew up next to him. Like, she's like, that was my neighbor. Is that not fantastic? Like, she's neighbors with him. And I could see that they would swap clothes. That's a weird thing to say, but I could see it. Anyway, so then I was at New Year's Eve backstage, and that's it. My crazy star sister. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. People are finally talking about it. Talking about what? I'm confused. I could tell you were Canadian the first time I heard your voice. We certainly have an accent, yeah. But thank you for thinking I'm a Pamela Anderson wannabe. I don't want to be her. I think it's a horrific life she's lived. She's also like a person that keeps looking to get married. So there's that. Yeah, I just went through the quarters. Earliest I found 20. Yeah, I have a quarter 94. Yes, they're not facing In God We Trust anymore, which should tell you the satanic takeover, right? About time. I am Canadian. I am a Canadian. We know this. I was born in Toronto. I'm Canadian all the way. I meet better. How can you meet better men? I don't know. They're not in Los Angeles. That's for fucking sure. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I do not know how to avoid this soul trap. I have friends that call me and they're like, "You're going to come back here." And I'm like, "You don't talk to me again." And I hang up. I'm like, "Don't talk to me ever again." They're like, "Why?" I go, "Because you said I was going to come back here. And I want to come back here." Thank you for saying that, Ashley Jason. Thank you. I think they are on Mars. Yeah. Let me put it this way. If you find someone compatible with you, her eyebrows are gross, Pamela. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any. This one's washing off a bit though. I have to pencil them in. I too penciled them or plucked them out. Yeah, I can't see every message. Okay. Sometimes people are reincarnated. I never had a Canadian friend, but from what I've seen, yeah, we're very friendly. There's less people. We're naive and we're stupid. John's Canadian too, so my kids are half Canadian, and I still travel on my Canadian passport, y'all. So, and I got stopped going into Mexico 4 times. True story. Let's see, I'd be working but not afraid. Buffalo. Yeah, there. You say dual citizenship. Canada's like, we don't recognize you. Parents are Canadian. South Africa. My mother was South African. She was born in England, raised in South Africa, and by 17 shipped to Canada. Sounds a little bit Freemasonish, doesn't it? Her dad was high up in the Ford Motor Company accounting, and they got her out of the country during the war. That would be World War II with that guy with the mustache. Anyway, yes, of course I'll have Estelle on my podcast. Oh my God, right? I don't know where those kids went from the Wayfair magazine. Yeah, no, of course I'll have Estelle. Estelle has a fucking interesting story. And her grandfather was Canadian. I knew Estelle the second I saw her that I loved her. I was like, I love her. I love her. I love her mom. I love her family. She's so stylish and so fucking funny. So when you go out with Estelle, you're going to piss yourself laughing. Like, she's funny as fuck. And she's just as like Leo as I am, as we all are. Our whole friend group, Carol, Estelle, Kate, Susie, not Debbie because she's a Sag. She's the one Sag hanging with the Leos. But Estelle is, your grandpa's Canadian. Yeah, Estelle is the best, down to earth. I've never seen a businesswoman who is so detached while setting a boundary without getting emotionally affected. It was, I watched her one time negotiate and I was like, I got to learn that skill. I still haven't learned it, but that's not the point. I have done Kurt Cobain. We know he was murdered. But yeah, Estelle is funny. She's a riot. Like, we can't stop laughing. She is a riot. You guys would really like her. She's just funny, and so funny, which is lovely. Actually, all of the girls are wonderfully fun. We have such a beautiful time. I'm always coming to BC, trying to book that too. So fun. So I'm really lucky to have lovely female friends. Jim Carrey's Canadian too. Yes, absolutely. A wifey. I don't know what that means. Yeah, well, no, there's 5. Wait. Carol, Susie, Kate, Estelle, and me. 5 and 1 Sag, Debbie. Debbie wormed her way into the Leo group by being a fun Sag. If you're not fun, you can't come in the group. So yeah. No, I was just saying my adopted mom's dad was, I remember someone saying her husband had worked NASA, yeah, he worked contracts. He was an independent contractor. He ran his own business. But obviously when you're in aerospace, you're going to inspect parts for NASA, McDonnell Douglas, Boeing, all of those. But you're not getting a pension from them because you're an independent, pay your own bills, own your own business. So that's what that is. Oh, that's so cute, your 9-year-old daughter. How lovely. I love the 9-year-olds. I love the 14-year-olds, and I love the 2-year-olds. Okay, I don't know about the Copper Cliff in Ontario. You got to tell me. Thank you. Oh my God. Wait. What? I'm still down over 255 pounds. Oh my God. So good. Look what you did. Look what you did. Anybody who's lost weight, it's the hardest thing it is the fucking hardest thing on earth to do because they push food. That is wonderful. That is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. Wait, I'm a Leo and one of my good friends is Sag. We get up to shenanigans, total shenanigans. Shenanigans. Yeah, I love Sag energy, so it can fit with Leo. I love my Leo friends. Yeah, of course I've been to Kelowna. What do you mean have I ever been to Kelowna? Repeatedly. Yes. John grew up in Penticton. I grew up in Toronto, Penticton. We have family in Trail, Penticton, Kelowna, Peachland, Peach Fest. We used to bring the kids to Peach Fest. Y'all know where Peach Fest is? Yeah, we used to do that. John took me to Peach Fest when I first started dating him. Yes, Kelowna. Yes, 130 pounds. Fantastic. Fantastic. You guys, so great. Yorkville. I used to pick the bus up at Yorkville to go to summer camp every summer. There was an Old Mill restaurant there. I just flashed on that when you said Yorkville. There was an Old Mill restaurant and the buses for summer camp. I started going at 5 for 2 months every summer. So I was away at camp. Down 170. Bravo. Who makes me laugh? My friends. Over drinking 8 months and feel good for you. Family in Kelowna. We still do too. Yeah, we still have them in Kelowna, Penticton. My father-in-law lived in Penticton his whole life. I mean, no, he was born in Fernie. Fernie. Y'all know where Fernie is? So we got Fernie, we got Trail, we got Penticton, we got Peachland, we got Kelowna, Castlegar, we got all of it. We go all over. So Chilliwack, we got it all. All of the Bellas are living all over there. And then Revelstoke. My birth mom was from Kimberley, but really from Claire's home in Alberta, but then went to Kimberley. My sister was born in Kimberley. Castlegar, yeah, that little plane up there. I've been on that once and I'm like, no. Yeah, John's Canadian as well. John's father and my father worked together. So my father was in his 50s when I was adopted, so he would have been the same age. He was a little bit younger. I think John's dad was born in 1912 and my dad was born in 1917. So our fathers worked for the same company, 15 years sober, amazing. Our fathers worked for the same company, had the same nickname, Slim, for different reasons. And then our mothers were both Kathleen. And that was my mom's. My mom used her middle name, and John's mom, that was her first name. And John's mom was 1915, and my mom was 1927. So this is my adopted family. So my dad and John's dad, my dad worked East Coast, John's dad worked West Coast, and they both worked for the same company for a few years at the same time. And they both went into, my dad became a CEO, John's dad owned all of his businesses. So it was karma. It was obviously karma. I took one look at John and saw my kids, you know. So there you go. Aquarius, Pluto's in Aquarius. Yeah, I know, it's very freaky. I mean, yeah. Oh, you're adopted. I'm adopted too. So my birth family, I have birth, you know, whatever. Let's see, Alaska. Canada's gorgeous. Yeah. Canada is so gorgeous. Yeah, super gorgeous. And I'm trying to think of the other cities. So I'm from Toronto. I was raised in Lawrence Park. I went to private boarding school, lost 100 pounds. Cool. I went to private boarding school in St. Thomas, Ontario, just outside London, Ontario. Justin Bieber, what I say still stands for Justin Bieber. So I went to private boarding school out there. And then when I was 12, I think we moved to King City. I think I was that age. And then I went to school. Where did I go to school? Forget where I went to school. I can't remember the name of the middle school because I was only there for a bit. Then I went to high school, then I ran away, and then I ended up in Newmarket, and then that's it. Then I ran away again, and then I was gone. So there's that. Yeah, Montreal is beautiful. Montreal is beautiful. St. Lawrence Seaway, Montreal, Quebec, beautiful. Funnest field trip I had in 8th grade. Wait, I lost 400 pounds, 2 ex-husbands. That's funny. You lost 100 pounds? Yeah, no, that's so great. Did you graduate high school? No, I didn't. No, I never finished high school. When I met John, he had me go do the GED. He says I passed it. I don't even care. I don't remember, but no. I didn't get out of 9th grade. So, yes, John Candy's from Newmarket. Yeah, I didn't have any high school. It's okay. It's good. My kids graduated. I was super proud. GED. Yeah, I just went and wrote the test in Glendale. I can remember it around Easter. Yeah, well, I'm street smart. I'm not really street smart. I'm just hood rat smart. Yeah, Montreal can if you don't speak French. I had to learn school in French. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I have heard of Devil's Breath. I did the Isaac Cappy. That's what happened to Isaac Cappy. Devil's Breath. Yes. Scopolamine. Yes. Devil's Breath. Yes, I have. That's what they do down in wherever they do. Yeah, it's weird. Devil's Breath. That whole yeah. Do you read a lot? Are you talking read books? Yes, I was a voracious reader. I read all the time. Um, yeah, I had a high IQ. It wasn't an issue of IQ. It was just an issue I was on the run. So, if you come from a troubled home, you're not really going to stick around to get an education. I mean, some people do, but, um, yeah, scenery and lakes are stunning, right? Yeah, I don't know what school is. I mean, the only classes that I did really well was writing. I became a writer at 16. I wrote for a local newspaper in Toronto and I wrote in LA. I wrote for, I've written articles for Los Angeles Times, the one that used to be on Riverside Drive that was in Burbank, and I can't remember the name. Jackie was the head editor at the time. I wrote for her till she died. I mean, she was a lot older, obviously. I was just a kid. I wrote religious stuff and whatever they wanted me to write about, I did. So I was a stringer. I wrote and then I got paid per whatever. That was something I did. I always passed English class and I am dyslexic. You will attach. Yes, I know. When you're adopted, you'll attach to anybody or anything. Exactly. Yeah, adopted kids. It's just ridiculous. But good. But anyway, yeah, so I was a stringer. Do you do readings? Okay. I would cuss you out, but I'm going to assume you knew. Yeah, no, I've been doing readings 40 years. I have a website. When it's open, I do readings. I do readings on everybody and anything. Yes, I've had clients for 40 years. I've had clients since I'm 17 and I'll be 60. I've had the same clients, their family members, their kids, their husbands, their grandkids, their grandparents, their parents, their cousins. Yeah, my whole life. That's what I do. Yeah, yeah, I did Isaac Cappy way, way back. Way, way back. Yeah, school was hard. It's not about learning, it's about indoctrinating. Of course they were abusive. Who leaves home at 14? Why am I leaving home? Why am I leaving home at 14? What am I doing? Yeah, of course they were. If you're going to drink or do drugs around your kids, you're abusive. If you're going to have drinks every night, you're abusive. If you're going to watch them shower, you're abusive. If you're going to touch them in their underwear, you're abusive. Yes, I've repeatedly said that. No one listened to me and no one cared, and they all fucking called me something. But I made it. I got disinherited. I never took their money. I never took anything from them. Nothing. I didn't sue when my mother died for being her child and her leaving me nothing. I did none of that. That's it. I was way too social for school. Yeah, I never did. It's just I left. If you're going to bug me, I'm going to leave. Now, the only time I'm not going to leave is when I have kids, which is a problem for a lot of women. It's a problem because if you have kids, you're not going to leave. Yeah, alcoholism has no business around anybody. It's horrific. Yeah, I made it out. I'm not a drug addict. I became a health person. If you neglect your kids, you're abusive. If you neglect them, but if you drink and do drugs, you shouldn't have your kids. Stay sober when you're raising your kids. Don't come home. Don't let them see you drunk. Yeah, I know they teach lies in school. Wait, hold on. No, my mom sent a lawyer in when I was like 13 to tell me if I didn't I think it was 13 or 14, or maybe she sent it after I ran away to say if I didn't come back home, she would disinherit me. No. And no, I don't care that she passed. I'm sorry. She wasn't nice. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry that I don't care, but yes, yes, yes. Bingo with Montel. I suspect. He's also a Navy kid. They're definitely all MK Ultra. So yeah, I don't know. Do I have to stay in the house? Like, if you're not going to help me, do I have to stay in a house I don't want to be in? Do I have to stay married where I don't want to be? If you're a bitch that talks to me like a bitch, I don't want to deal with it. Alcohol is never acceptable around children. Neither is your weed. Neither is your fucking drugs. Neither is your fist. Neither is you putting your hands down my underpants, taking the shower doors off the shower while I shower, barging in, flashing me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So yeah, I'm not going to, why would I stay there? Right? Why would I do that? I'm not going to do it. So yeah, not going to do it. Not going to do it. And so what? I don't have to stay at home. That's it. I don't know. Well, no, your psychic abilities are inherited. I don't know who's psychic in my house, but they're inherited. You can't learn to be psychic. You can learn to open up abilities that you have, but you can take me to a painting school and I'm not going to be able to paint. I may do something adequately, but it's not like in me, ingrained. So I was young. I was in, looking back on it, I was probably in one of those weirdo schools. But yeah, you're born psychic, like you're born. I was dyslexic always. My parents put me, I was told, I can't even say this anymore. I don't even fucking care. Anyway, I was put into a school. I was told I was born missing chromosomes because of course I'm adopted. So how to fuck with an adopted child? Tell them that there's something defective about their body. That's a way. Because adopted got no way to fucking counteract that. You don't give them evidence they're a child and it's like, well, she's fucked up because she was born fucked up. Seriously. Then because I was very, I'm glad I got away from them too. I didn't really like them. But, the problem that you try to befriend them is because you're adopted. So adoption is really not a good thing for people's mindsets, in my opinion. Because the minute that those people decide to fuck with you, you're stuck with that as your family. You don't know any other family. Like there's really no one to reach out to because nobody really gives a shit, so to speak. I mean, they might, but they might not. But I was put in a special school for 7 years where now they might call it dyslexic ADD, whatever, something like that. But I was put in a special school where I had to read Braille. So I had to learn Braille, but I was in a school for, basically, I'm going to say the word retarded kids because that's what they called it at the time. Don't come for me on here with that. That's what they called it. So I had to learn Braille in order to help the kids that were blind and deaf. And no, I've done readings on kids. Yeah, always. But so I had to do that in classes with kids that were like thalidomide babies. Remember they gave thalidomide to all of the women for morning sickness and then they were missing stuff. So I stayed with those kids. I was in a special school. I wasn't in mainstream school. They kept calling me mentally, whatever they were saying. She's visually, perceptually off, whatever. I was psychic, but whatever. Edith from Canada. I love that name, Edith. From Halifax of all places. Beautiful. So I went to that school and then I went to a special place where I had to jump on a trampoline, catch like a ball, so jumping on a trampoline, they throw a ball for first 7 years of school. I did this, or for 7 years. So maybe from kindergarten till I was 7, I forget. It's so weird. I had to play memory games and I had to do this. So now I think I was in an MK Ultra program. That's what I think, but they called it developmentally disabled. That's what they would call it. I had to read to little cancer babies. So when I was in school, part of my school was like to go help little kids that had cancer that were in our school and read to the little kids and to do that stuff, right? So yeah, they do. So that's what I think it was, but they told me it was because I was in special ed. Yes, I was a special ed. I'm not special ed. I was appalled that. Do you know the reputation you get for being that? Not good. Because they lumped us all in one. They didn't have different, like, your kid is dyslexic, your kid is ADD. They didn't have that back then. There's another Edith on here. So, yeah, that's what happened to me. And that's what happened to me. Yep, that's pretty much what I was. Middle name's Edith. Amy is Amy Edith. Cool, cool, Amy Edith. Yeah, so no, I mean, I'm telling you, I was in school, me reading with my reading Braille. They taught me Braille to read to the kids in my class that were supposed to be at my level that were blind. I wasn't blind. That's it. Oh my God, dying for a pee, stuck in a tent. Just step right outside and pee. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But when I look at that, how can you help adopted? I don't think you can help an adopted child ever build self-esteem because you lie to them when you say, your parents loved you so much they gave you up. You don't know that. You don't know who the parents are unless you do know who the parents are. Then you can say what you want. But you don't know why those people gave you up. A lot of times they're junkies. They've been raped by their grandfathers. They don't want the baby anyway. You didn't give their fathers. I mean, they're incested. They're, yeah, I don't know. I think when you give a child up, you fuck their self-esteem because they know that their parents didn't want them. See what I'm saying? No, I can read some Braille. I can't speak French anymore either. I learned classes in French as well, but that was a little bit later on, 8th, 9th grade. Kitty Mew, oh, she's outside. She's sitting looking for lizards. Yeah, no, I know my birth mom. Yes, absolutely. I'm legally on my 57 because no one did this for me. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I'm glad. Luna, it's terrible to be adopted. You know what I fucking hate? Do you know what was a pet peeve for me? Oh my God. Do you know what's a fucking pet peeve for me? When people go, why do you got to know who your parents are? You should just be lucky that you were adopted. It could have been worse. How the fuck do you know what it could have been? It could have been worse, but it might have been better. You know who your parents are. Why don't I want to know why I look like I do? Or Luna's mother want to know why she looks like she does. It's what they do to adopted kids is like, oh, here's the baby. Make the baby yours. The baby's never going to be yours. You can love the baby and the baby can love you. But there's a genetic component to being adopted. I look like my mother. I am like that family. My kids are like that family. No, you don't belong in your adopted family. You're adopted. That doesn't mean they're unkind. It doesn't mean they can't love you with all their hearts, because I'm sure they do. But it's, and then the parents are like, my mother was like, you were special, you were chosen. So now I know why I'm a stripper. I'm like a dog in the pound. You were chosen. Wow, so was a Labrador down there. Not really different. I didn't feel grateful for being adopted. I thought, why wouldn't I be adopted? Why shouldn't I have? Yes, you owe them. Exactly. Yeah, the chosen one. I fucking hated that. Oh God, did I fucking hate that. You were chosen. Shut the fuck up. I'm sure it's the psychobabbling, psychiatric thing that they told parents back then, because I've heard it from a lot. I had a lot of adopted friends. But first of all, I don't want to be special. So when you single me out like that, you're still singling me out. I want to just be. That was very paramount. And when I would hear my parents say things like, we don't do that, I'm like, who's this we? We don't do that. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I do what I do and you do you. So you understand Awakening with Annie, you're adopted. Yeah, don't you love these adopted parents? They make the child go look for you. Lovely. Yeah, my mother was passive like that too, which was kind of aggravating. You think you'd want to find your child. I was in an orphanage, but when, they try to control your life. Yeah, we don't do this. Well, I'm not part of the we because I got, when I had Jason, because he's my firstborn, I knew that baby, I'm never giving that kid up. I will be better to keep him. I will be better to keep him. So the fact that you think it's appropriate to take your offspring and dump it over here I hated my birth mother at that time. I don't hate her. She was a nice woman. but I pulled back from her and didn't love her as much. It's really weird. And what I mean by that is didn't show as much affection because you did that without a fucking thought. I know you think you were thinking, but you were thinking from your own thinking. And you may have thought you were doing better, but no. Diabetes. Oh my God. Sorry, you just made me laugh. Oh, a double amputee. I'm so sorry. But thank you for the kind words. Maybe your spirit. Yeah, I don't believe in spirit contracts. I literally believe I've been fucking tortured on this planet. I don't believe I made a contract. I know my personality and I wouldn't agree to this. I'm sorry. Nope. I know they talk about contracts. I've never found there to be a soul contract the way it's described. That's not what they tell me. They tell me there are exit points in life when you die, when you do this, you know, that kind of thing. But I've never heard like I had a contract. I do think things are karma, but I don't necessarily think you have to do them because we have free will. So why would a contract be included in the comment of free will? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Diddy's going to prison, but since James Comey's daughter is the prosecutor, judge, whatever, and Trump's on the plane, and Bush is on the plane, and that other Clinton's on the plane, and Obama's on the plane, and they're all on the plane, I doubt anyone's going to be really in jail. He probably has a tunnel out of there at night. Yes, you would have loved to have me as a daughter till I didn't do what you wanted me to do. And then it would have been a problem. Just had to pee outside. That's funny. I like peeing outside. It's better than using a compost toilet. Okay, I said it. I said it again. Yes, yeah, like the 3-year-old that was raped and murdered signed a soul contract. I don't believe that when they say that. I believe that there are reasons or opportunities to follow a path, but that you don't have to because you have free will. And then all of the other people's stuff, you have to think logically about like your incarnation, all of the other people's stuff that comes into your life. Thank you for that, Brooms. That's so nice. I'm my own person, exactly. But when I had my Jason, I understand my Jason. Yeah, empathy must be purgatory, exactly. I understand my son, he's my son. I understand my Keith, he's my son. Let's see, my birth mother gave me up and had 2 more children within a year. She found me at 35. Unfortunately, it did not go well. I can imagine. My birth mother kept my older sister and ditched the baby. I was the baby over there. Then I was adopted and the oldest over here. So really I'm the middle child, either way you look at it. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. My birth mother was a very nice person. She was kind and sensitive and smart. She graduated early in her life. Like we have a lot of double PhDs in the family and a lot of professional athletes. So, and then people have muscular dystrophy in the family too. So half of my mother's siblings, including my mother, she did have muscular dystrophy, but didn't know it until she was almost 50. No, my older sister just died and I stopped talking to her years ago because she annoyed me. And I'm not obligated to talk to her. So I know people don't like that, but I wasn't. If I'm not raised by you and you push a boundary with me, which she did when Keith was born, when you push a boundary and you say some bullshit to me, I'm not doing it because like your mother gave me up, so I don't have to be friends with you. I don't have to do anything. And people don't like that. They want me just to, you know, whatever. But the truth was I did move my sister into my house. I did hire her. My neighbor hired her as a nanny. I had her watching Keith and she spoke to me in the usual way that these fucking people speak. And so after that point, I stopped. You're not going to call me names in my own house just because you think I'm a fucking whore, again with that word. And John told me, don't worry about it. And I'm like, she's going home on a plane now. Yeah, and Keith was 3 months old, I think. Like 3 months old. I tried, but I'm not going to do it. Like I tried to give her money so she could stay in the States. My neighbor had 3 kids, but we did get into it. I can't even explain it, but she said some shitty things and I don't know if she meant to or was mad or, you know, I don't know how she felt about me coming back, but that's her mother's issue. That's between, again, her and her mother, not me, because I'm the kid. But yeah, if you're toxic right then, I said to John, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it. It's bad enough. I listened to it all the way growing up. I'm not. Like, you say that word to me, I'm not fucking dealing with you. That didn't mean I wished her, and she died. I think she was, yeah, I got called a whore since I was a child, all through my marriage. And then I have this random sister that comes into my life and decides to call me a stripper and a slut and a something. And I got a 3-month-old baby in my hands, and I'm driving her around town to get jobs. That's the story from then. And I was 29. I had Keith when I was 29. And then, you know what I said? And John said, don't do that. And I said, you know what? Sorry, I don't have kids with her, and I don't have to fucking... She just said it out loud at dinner. And Jimmy was even going to take her out on a date. He's like, I'm going to take her out on a date. And I go to John, tell him to wear a condom if he's around her. I don't want these two procreating. I don't want them procreating. Yeah, he was so nice. He's like, I'll take your sister out. I'm like, I can't vouch for her. I don't even like her at this point. Yeah, that's it. I'm not doing it. You say, that's it. I don't have to. No, my mother kind of warned me. My mother was not like that. She was lovely. I think my sister might not have tried to force plastic surgery on you. Oh God. I think no, she's not nice to me. She doesn't talk to me since Keith died. John's daughter's another one. You fucking women, what is wrong with you, you bunch of bitches? Yeah. Yeah, my sister had black hair and green eyes, and my mother had brown hair and hazel eyes. Green, actually, she had green eyes like Keithy. So anyway, Keithy is a combination of, like, John's dad had green eyes and my mom had green eyes, and Keith had the green eyes, and Jason has the brown eyes, hazily brown like John, and I have more hazily green. Yeah, no, my sister was fine. She did what she did. She spent most of her life, like, she did have the muscular dystrophy, so I don't know, maybe it bothered her, and maybe she didn't want her mom. She'd been an only child until she was 25, and then I showed up. Hi, and so it might have been a problem. And she did, we did some family events, and I was polite to her, but, I didn't, I don't really want to, I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't want to deal with it. And yeah, I can't, if a woman says it to me, like, I expect it from men, I do not expect it from women. Women who talk that way, I'm just like, jokingly, privately, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but don't say it out loud. Put your little fucking buttons on. But anyway, we had a family reunion in Claire's home, and I think, I'm trying to remember when it was. 2008, something like that. And my favorite cousin was my gay cousin who moved down here with his boyfriend. Well, he had other boyfriends, but him and Robert, Brent and Robert, and they're the first ones I met in the family. And that was my mother's sister's kid, one of 7. So my mother's sister lived in, I want to say Moose Jaw, somewhere up there, wherever the hell. And every time she went into the hospital to have one of my cousins, they owned a spa in Palm Springs, but anytime my Aunt Laura went to have her kids, there was, because it was near the Indian reservations at the time, there was a woman in there that was a native woman, Canadian native, whatever we're calling them, Aboriginal now, who the hell knows. So Brent's mother would have one of her own children and then come out of the hospital with her own baby and adopt one of the native kids. 3 times that happened to her. So the last 3 kids out of 7, we had 3 adopted into the family. Meanwhile, my mother's giving up the kid out. And so, yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting. Interesting family, because Laura, my aunt, Brent's mother was always adopting those native kids you're in Calgary. There you go, the Stampede. My grandfather was involved in that. But yeah, she would adopt, because the nurses would come to her and say, this lady was like, doesn't want her baby. And so my aunt would be like, well, I just had one, I can take 2. So she would do that. Moose Jaw. Yes, there you go. Moose Jaw. That's it. I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, that's it. Moose Jaw. So yeah, she did 3 kids, and one of my cousins just lost her son. And I remember meeting that son on, I think he's Jason's age, or maybe maybe he's 35. I think he just got married. She just lost him. He passed like 2 or 3 months ago, and we met him. That's the first time I met him and them. And so, and some of their some of their birth family came to our birth family because they were adopted, and it was really interesting. Moose there by any chance? Definitely. Yeah, it was really interesting, but that poor little boy passed. He was an adult, but I don't know how he passed. I didn't ask. I'm not necessarily close. Briefly, I knew his name was Sheldon. I knew him. I met him there with Jason and Keith, and we all stayed like in the same area for the family reunion. So he would have been wherever he was staying with his mom down the street from where we were in a hotel at that particular time. Yeah, so I know, I just felt bad. I just read that he got married and just said, how sad. Yeah, no, it was very sad. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Yeah, I've got to go off of here. I've been on blabbing for a couple hours. Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, yeah, no, that just triggered me there because I just remember reading it, adopted outside, but you weren't able to adopt you from your mom. Wow. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Apparently my birth dad who died. Now, this is really interesting because I remember Deanna saying to me after Keith died, she said, Keith is here and your dad is here. And I thought she meant my adopted dad, right? So I said, my adopted dad. And she goes, no, not the ones you know, your birth dad. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Of course, when you're adopted, you don't fucking know who you're getting in a reading. So when people go, I don't know them, duh, you don't know them. We don't know everybody in our families anyway. So she said that. I had no idea who my my birth dad was. My mom gave me all these other list of men, right? That were not them. I DNA tested like 8 men. None of them were him. One guy twice, so it doesn't really count. Anyway, that guy, so I found out, I want to say in 2023, that my bio dad died 4 months in March and Keith died in July. So she was exactly on point. Anyway, he was trading horses, allegedly, for the mob, allegedly, over in Calgary, which is where my mom's grandfather was. So it was all like that kind of stuff, which makes sense to me. It all makes sense. I didn't meet him. He was dead. But anyway, Keith met him. So it all makes sense. Makes sense. It could be the parents' karma, absolutely. But there's always free will. So when you give a baby up, I'm asking you, what the fuck are you thinking? I understand, I know it's a hot topic, but as an adopted person, why would you think I'm going to fit into your family? I'm just asking, Oh, the penny, it's not the penny, it's the quarter. The quarter used to be, I did 8 DNA tests for my mom, 7, because we did one guy twice, and it was a paraffin block that I stole out of a hospital in Canada over the phone, pretending to be a doctor and having it shipped to UCLA so I could double check it wasn't that guy. He was from Nepean, I can't remember, but I still, even though he wasn't my biological father, I still communicated with him till he died of cancer. So we had a nice conversation. His name was Glenn, and we spoke on the phone quite a bit, even though he literally said, I know your mom, but I'm really not your birth father. And so after he died, I checked again, but we communicated up until his passing. And he was very nice. He told me like about his fears and everything. So I never met him in person. He was in Canada. I was in Burbank, but we spoke. And it was a lovely connection. He was a nice man. So that was nice. He was in the army, or some form of it, if I remember correctly. Do those who have abortions? Absolutely. Sometimes the aborted babies or the miscarried babies or the little babies that pass grow up on the other side watching us here. Sometimes they do that. Yeah, we did become friends. He died maybe like 2 years after, and I can't remember what kind of cancer it was, but I remember when he told me what kind of cancer it was. We traded pictures. He sent me his family. I sent him pictures of my family. And we wrote letters back and forth and we communicated. It was really nice, but he wasn't my biological father. There I am looking for daddy again, but no, he was a nice guy. So yeah, he was very nice. And when he died, I was sad. I just kind of found out, I forget who told me, but I think I called and he didn't answer, and then I figured out he had passed. So yeah, it was really interesting. It's interesting. You get to know people. My mom, when she was dying, said she saw her aborted baby in the hospital. Yes, yes, they grow up on the other side. Like if they were little. No, my Chiron isn't. It's in Pisces, conjunct my Saturn. Um, nope. Yeah, it's conjunct Saturn in the eighth. That's a problem. Anyway, yeah, you will sometimes like, okay, obviously if you're 3 months pregnant, 4 months pregnant, you know, yeah, no, this is great. The trolls have left. They got bored. So when the babies are, let's say you're 5 months pregnant, you miscarry or whatever, that child at 5 months will come to term on the other side and then grow up around their siblings and their mother from the other side. I don't quite know how it works, but I do know they do it, and I've seen that. So sometimes somebody would walk in for a reading when they used to come to the house, and I would see like a 17-year-old, and I'd be like, I see a 17-year-old boy, or I see a this or that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's hard, Capricorn, 3-something Capricorn. I don't know about that if they come back through pets. I think pets elevate into human beings, not the other way around. Okay. Yeah, but you know, what the fuck do I know? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's super hard to lose a parent if you like a parent. Let's see. I've always been there for my oldest sister. Yeah, sometimes parents fuck up the can. Vaughn, yeah. I try to be, yeah, I try to be nice. I think the same with pets. They elevate up, but I think they're healers for human beings because human beings are so stupid. So I think pets come in to heal us. So I think when you hurt a pet, it's an atrocity. I think it's like hurting a child. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think it's terrible. Let's see, when it in your 20s, what when it comes to men, did you have a type in your 20s? I married John. I was 20 when I met John. John was 41. I was 21 when I started dating him. I turned 22 when I moved in with him. So it's been John. That's it. It's been John my entire life. I like that because I did not want to date. And no, I was kind of a free spirit. I moved to California. I would say I always dated much older men, but that's as a result of, you know, whatever. And I would say I enjoyed being married simply because I didn't have to date. My dad was a John. Oh boy. Dear John, right? Yeah. Well, I know, but there was no, I saw my kids on his back. I knew I was going to have Jason and Keith with him. So I was basically with John. I didn't really date. I mean, I married my first boyfriend that I met as a teenager for 4 months, unfortunately. Single life is great. I don't date. I can't express to you the pressure to try to be with another person. I think John was looking to fuck his daughter. Yeah, I said it. If you're going to ask me if I'm looking for daddy, I'm going to twist it on you and say what grown-ass man dates somebody his daughter's age, and they have daughters that age that are actually older than their wives. Ask yourself that before you make me the daddy issue. Let's switch it for reality. Switch it. Yeah, no, they always blame the women. You've got the daddy issue. I'm like, I didn't have the 21-year-old when I met the 20-year-old. I didn't have the Gemini born the same year as the Leo daughter. I didn't have any fucking kids. So I think it's the other way around, actually. You know, I know we get blamed all the time. Yeah, that bitch called me a gold digger. Bitch, you the gold digger. Fuck, I just really, yeah. Just really. I'm like, just really. Yeah. No, I think it's the other way around. I'm sorry. I get triggered. I'm honest. I'm going to say I get triggered, right? Let's see. Shout out to all the moms who left their babies at the hospital, especially when the innocent baby has a birthmark. Her bum. Okay. I don't know what that means. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. I don't think you should be leaving a baby. I don't understand as a society. Yeah, my dad, John was 51 when we had Keith. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Well, it would be uncomfortable. Get along with your son. Yeah, I don't know. I really tried to keep Keith away from her, and as I said, after my mother-in-law told me that she breastfed Jason when he was a month old, I was like, I can't. I don't like you. I don't like you. Like my mother-in-law told me that. And then John's like, well, my mother was a liar. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's a true story. I've said it for years. That's a true fucking story. I'm sorry. I I know that triggered me, so I didn't let her around Keith. Yeah, she's not a yeah, John's an energy zapper, right? And he's lucky he has me. I take care of him. I'm still obligated. You marry somebody and have kids, I don't throw them off. His sister. He was a month old. I went out for an hour and a half on my birthday to celebrate my birthday. I told her to feed him a little bit of chamomile if he got like, agitated. I told her there's no bottles. I was breastfeeding. So I literally ate dinner for an hour and 15 minutes and then drove home to breastfeed. My mother-in-law told me that when he was like 8 months. She said to me, I wasn't going to tell you because I didn't want you to kill her. I don't know if it's true or not, to tell you the truth, because John said his mother's a liar. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And the neighbor told me too. It's two people that told me. And she took, yeah, there's also mommy issues. Exactly. No, it's no, I think she divorced the gay guy. I mean, the straight gay man. Yeah, I don't know. No, from that point on, from that fucking point on, I don't want to talk to you. I was polite. I did stuff, but I didn't leave her in the custody of my kids. And she had a different lifestyle than me. And so if you think it's okay to when Keith died, she came in the house and smoked, whatever, with my son. It's like, is that what you're doing when his brother dies? You're going to hand him a bong? I mean, or whatever the fuck you're doing. I just disapprove on so many levels. It's just so errantly disrespectful. It's just so fucking disrespectful. Yeah, that's what she chose to do. I don't like people like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know. 8:02, I gotta go. Yeah, I know. Just know. I don't care what my kids do, but you're an adult my age. That's what you choose to do. You're a fucking asshole. Yeah. Yeah, it's an achievement. Thank you for that. An achievement of fucking crazy. And I'm a doormat who's a hostage. Hostage. But no, I don't know. I'm just telling you what was said to me. So that tweaks my head. When your mother-in-law says that to you, you're like, how many times do I shower a week? Once a day. Now. Weird, right? Yeah, no, I tried to. I mean, I don't know. I just can't comment anymore. I can only tell you what was told to me. And stillborn babies might not want to do the whole experience. I don't know. I just fucking hate people. I just don't do anything to anybody's child. I don't think I have any kind of authority or rights. I don't. Whatever Kenna tells me with the girls is what I do. I don't do anything else. Do you know what I'm saying? I will do nothing else. So I will never take it. Many men are hypocrites. Yeah. I did hear about the Texas floods, and apparently it was on, what's that other thing? What's that TV show? Family Guy, Family Man, whatever. That kind of thing. I heard about that. Yeah, I can't hear about people breastfeeding other people's. I can't hear about other people breastfeeding other people's children. I don't care if there's wet nurses. I'm not in that time frame, and I didn't need a wet nurse. I don't want your nasty ass fucking whatever diseases you have on my child. That's it. I don't want it. I don't know what you have, but I don't want it on my kid. Yeah, I just don't. Sorry. Tallulah rules this channel. This is Tallulah's channel. Yeah, I didn't have anywhere to go. I had kids, and where was I going? I'm adopted. I wasn't going back home. I wasn't going back home. My mother's advice to me when I introduced her to John privately was to corner me against the couch and tell me that I would bore him to death and that she couldn't believe he'd be interested in me. That was her advice, not our age difference. That was her advice. That was her advice. That was the advice. Yeah, Tallulah's good, but she's outside. She's running rickshaw over there. So, yeah, you know, y'all got him. You're not on this channel. My cat is beautiful. Yeah, so that was it. That was it. Yeah, she's busy getting crickets or whatever. I hope she doesn't bring that cricket in and kill it. I tried to tell her. Tallulah Bankhead. Yes, that's who she's named after. No, I named her Lou Lupiton. Yeah, anyway, I did hear about the floods, and it was weird to me that she was a cunt. She was a complete cunt, Shelley. She was a fucking cunt. Caitlin is still being worked on. Yeah, everybody has a fucked up family. But I was made to think I was fucked up because here's the thing. When you go into somebody's fucked up family, especially when their father marries a younger person and they try to blame the younger person for it, who's the younger person, even if the younger person's a stripper, it doesn't mean like she's fucking knows anything, okay? Whatever. What it means, what it means is they take it out on the younger person and that's really fucked up. So I don't tolerate that kind of disrespect anymore. But anyway, the floods, my adopted mother said that to me. It's not okay. She should have said, are you sure you want to marry a man that is old enough to have a daughter your age? Is what she should have fucking said. And poor Jimmy, what's he thinking of his stepmom being 9 months older than him? What the hell is that? Yeah, none of it's my issue though. I married the man. I didn't have the children. It wasn't my responsibility to confront that issue. However, you will get dragged into that issue, so don't be naive and stupid and, you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I know, right? I know, Tallulah bringing the bear in here. That would be so fun. I mean, it would scare me to death. They do come in the doors, though. I have a gate. You'd have to climb the gate. The flood, here's what the flood made me think of. When I was thinking of the flood, I was thinking, why are the younger kids by the river and the older ones? Because apparently the camp had the younger kids at the bottom and the older ones. I probably would have put the younger kids up front and the older ones at the bottom so they could catch the little ones running into the river. It's sad all the way around, and it makes me think it was planned. Sorry, I did have to say that. Okay, the quarter heads are facing away from the word in God we trust. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Have a one-on-one talk with you. You're funny, but thank you. I'd probably make your head spin. Anyway, I'm going to open up my books tonight. I was trying to recover from Mexico. Kernville. Yes. I know. Caryville. Sorry, Caryville. Yes. See, they're doing all kinds of fucked up stuff. People really have to be diligent at this point. And I'm sure Trump's planning something. I don't know what. All right. Do we plan our lives on the other side? That's a load of bullshit they try to tell us. Although I can tell you, when I met John, I saw my kids. I did see my kids. I don't know what a Star of David is. I think you've asked me that before, and I really don't know. All right, you guys. Yeah, I couldn't get away from John no matter how I tried. Still handcuffed. But anyway, no, I know what's the Jewish star. I don't know how it's applicable in astrology. So again, not familiar. So that's one of my downfalls in astrology. Not unless we're calling it something else in astrology and the name's been changed. I don't know. All right, I'm opening my books up. Yes, you heard that right. Okay, bye, you guys. I will be back to normal next week because I'm not sniffing and coughing. Yeah, I had my beautiful boys, which is the best thing. I know what the Star of David is, and I know what it represents. I do not know what it is in reference to in astrology. Exactly with the calculations, I'm not familiar. Unless it's two triangles, which are two trines, but I don't know. So I'm confused. I haven't heard that. That's never been referenced to me that I can recall, except for right now and once before. All right, bye, you guys. Have a good night. Check back on my website. Okay, bye. Okay, trying not to get my... Look at... How do you turn this off?